And is it true that I hear supposedly you might play with a fellow co-host of ours, Ivan?
Oh,
I hear sometimes he mentions an arch rival on the podcast.
I mean,
Is
it
that
would be a
you?
rivalry if he actually won a couple of times.
Oh,
Well, now I know what the intro for the podcast says. Thank you for that, Richard.
okay. So, hello, welcome to episode 16 of Taco Otaku. Today we have the usual suspects, Ray and Miles, and new guest, Richard. Who are you?
I was like, should I have a cool name like that too?
Gotta have a name tag.
I was
Gotta have
looking
a
at
name
your
tag.
shirt. I'm like, Mario Kart.
Wait, you're not Mario.
Richard's in a cart either.
No, it's like Mario. I'm Mario Richards.
The other brother. They don't talk about that brother.
Oh,
The one that didn't do so well to himself.
the one that stayed at the dinner table at the movie.
Exactly. He never went to that warp pipe.
Oh, right. So,
It scared me.
all right, we're gonna go over our weeks, and then Ray has some news for us, and we're gonna finish off with summer memories. So why don't we start off with Miles and tell us what you've been up to?
Okay, I know it's been a bit. Recently I've been playing Honkai Star Rail too much. I finished the first planet, which is not a good sign because there's only one planet.
Okay, I was about to ask that. That's that
So it's
question.
like, okay, so there goes that idea. They do give you a lot of free stuff for playing the game. Like a lot, I guess they're like currency. I guess to get because obviously you get currency to use to get to the waifus, I guess,
Mhm.
or other weapons, things like that. They usually allow for doing business and stuff. They give you a good amount to go and you use that to free gotcha.
Well, if you're almost done with it, you could play Fire Emblem.
Uh-huh.
There's waifus there too.
There you go.
Yeah.
They don't charge you for those, or it's a flat rate.
Redheads.
Warlord.
Those
Yeah.
are my favorite. What?
So overall, I enjoy the story a little more. I think I do like the gameplay a little more because it's a lot more like a traditional RPG per se.
But
Oh,
prime time
Yeah,
for an
and your
update.
time's up.
All right.
All right, I guess that's that.
The new season of Honkai just came out.
Actually, it comes out.
The second planet's here.
Here we go, just for you, Miles.
Got the ad.
That comes out at the end of this month. They said so. That's August 30th.
So like
Around
10
the corner.
days.
By the time the episode comes out, it all works
Yeah.
out. It all works out.
But I do appreciate. I can't like the gameplay a little bit more because I played Genshin Impact for a bit. But it's a lot like Breath of the Wild kind of gameplay, like open world kind of like find that guy, go defeat that thing, and it's
Was that fun though? I've always wanted to check that out.
there is fun. I don't think you get much stuff as I think I get from playing the Star Rail because there's two of them now. There's one more at the end of the year. The ZZZ. It's supposed to be more like
Dragon Ball Z.
what do we call it? Yeah.
That's one Z.
It is supposed to be like how that game Ray plays a lot. The
Advance Wars, Fire Emblem, Persona.
So many games.
Zelda? No.
No,
That's definitely not me.
Metroid.
That's more. We're talking about. We're back to Fritz.
Devil May Cry, I think.
Oh, okay, it's been a while, but
more
yes.
fighting,
Yeah.
I guess. Because all games play differently,
Mhm.
In Star Rail, there's pretty much more like RPG. You get the weaknesses. You get characters that have the weaknesses to just get your enemies, to get more damage, things like that.
All right, you said it's like Persona, right?
Yeah, it is more Persona-like.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, the characters or the world I think is a little more cooler, because I don't know why is it with like fantasy worlds, but always kind of like, I guess it's I don't know, it's like an old trope or something like that, but I don't really feel it as much, I guess. Like here you're basically you're Star Trek your way through the universe basically.
Mm-hmm.
You're exploring the stars, going on literally a train and star.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think it's pretty neat. For all that, I think there's more character interactions with everybody. You can change languages, which I think now you can do that in the other game because there's Honkai Impact the Third. That's the other one.
My favorite.
That one's more Devil May Cry. Well, because it's more like combos. You do big combos. It wants you to do combos more, do damage. Overall, I enjoy my experience so far playing it. I do like the fact that a lot of the it's a lot easier to manage, like trying to do like game, because you need to, after a while you need like certain materials to level your characters up. You need like this level 2 ascension material to upgrade them to like the next level or the next stage, because after every like 10 or no yeah every 10 levels after the first 20, you need something for them to upgrade to the next, like the next set of 10. But I think a max cap of 70. But most of my characters right now, I'm working on it right now, but most of them are like at 40 to 50.
Mm-hmm.
But they give me plenty of stuff to level up the characters. I don't have to worry about spending money.
I was gonna ask. That was gonna be my next question.
But they really kind of like, hey, you like that character over there? Want to pull for that banner over there? It's only this much, but you could get this character out of it.
Is there like alternative costumes you could pay for?
It's surprisingly not, because I know that was the thing in Genshin Impact, is there are costumes.
Hardly.
You could buy costumes for characters you have, but you didn't have those characters, so it's kind of silly spending money on stuff you don't have the character to get. Because that's the thing with these games, is that once it's as they call it, the banner, like with the characters, like this character's will be available this time for like a month. If you don't get him now, good luck getting him for a while. And it kind of depends. Like, well, this character looks kind of neat. That's you. You're supposed to put the money in, and I guess gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a trick, because on a PC you could use what's it called,
Mods?
PayPal, I guess. You could easily easily you could connect right in. They'll set it up for you, so that way
Make it so easy now.
Make it just click away.
Give me your money.
Don't worry about it.
And I do like the fact that if you're first time, like say you just get like I guess the first level of gems, I guess, or I forgot what they call them. There are different currencies, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And, they give you double the amount for your first buy. So if you buy a $20 currency, they give you like double the amount you normally get for your first purchase, I guess. And
first hit's always free.
And then when you get again, you get you get a little bonus, but not as good as like double the amount of gems. And then you use that to purchase, all the materials you need to level up their personas. I guess they're light cones, but it's basically a persona. That's what it is.
Going back to
I love Persona.
You level the cones up and level like material, and obviously I want to get this material, so you have to grind to this to get this material, so that way you can level them up. So they have a lot of different. Some are easy to understand, because beyond like Genshin Impact, when I try to play that game, like it's very hard. So where need to go to get this material? It's like, good luck finding it. Like, it's open world, right? So you have to go find it. And it's like, I don't want to go, because the map's huge now. Like, Genshin Impact's now, like, I think they're almost done with their lands, because they're based on like 8 lands, and I think they're at the 6th or 7th one coming soon, something like that. But they're massive. Like, they're like almost double the size of like Breath of the Wild size of the map, because it's a pretty big, big area, I guess. I can tell you this because it's almost like 130 gigs to install.
Yikes!
And that's on a PC.
That's yummy.
But overall. And granted, like the start was on like 1.3 or no 1.2 right now, so it's like barely. It just started last year. But like every time it goes like a version 2 or something like that, it's when they add another world per se. So, I mean, it's something to look forward to, I guess. I'm having more fun playing this than I have with Genshin Impact, because after a while, Genshin Impact, I got to like the wall, I guess they call it. So it's like you need to do this every day, and only you can like have so much like energy. It's like kind of like a mobile game. It's like you guys spend so much energy to play this. Oh, I'm sorry, you ran out of energy for today. You have to wait till tomorrow to get to recharge it, unless you pay for money.
Would you like to give me something to do?
So
we'll fix that problem for you real quick.
And it's like, okay, now like after a while when if you're playing too long, then it's like, okay, now then it's like, no, seriously though, don't please buy these gems, please. We're not asking you to, we're not forcing you to, but
maybe you wanna.
We would like you to,
And so you haven't copped up any money from this one or the other one?
The other one a little bit, but I was able to put it on my phone, because I would usually use I would pay through my phone, because I have it's easier for me to pay through my phone than through PayPal, I guess, because I feel it's easier to deal with.
Easier to do.
Wow.
Are you playing this on PC?
Yeah,
Never
you
wrong.
can play PC. You also can play on mobile phones too. But you
Okay.
know, PC's easier for me because one, I have the space and it runs better than my phone does. My phone's kind of old at this point.
It flips up.
Yeah, that's actually. I think literally. I
I love the Razor.
Right. Psychic.
There you go.
Yeah. The classic.
Classic.
Engage forever.
Yeah. There you go. Who remembers the Engage? That's a.
Got to open up the
I
back
know
to put in the
whoever remembers-
cartridge.
Yeah.
Uh,
Whoever remembers it.
Oh my god.
But overall, you know, I enjoy it. You know, I guess if you like Persona, I guess that you would probably you understand a little bit more, have a little fun of it. If you understand like how like weapon breakage, you know, things like that. You know how to it has similar gameplay to Persona. That's why I put.
Okay. So that's all you've been up to?
That's pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nothing but the waifu gotcha.
I haven't played that game, but I did play Genshin, and I don't get it. I don't think it's too much like spend money because I didn't spend any money.
Yeah.
But I did get tired of it
Oh.
because once you get to level 90,
Yeah.
you can't really get.
I was gonna say,
Once you spend your entire life on it,
you
Why
dedicate your whole summer to one
Summer to
game.
one game. And then
No,
it's
I-
boring.
It's a little slow after that.
I would just skip everything, like all the dialogue. You're generic NPC. I don't have to listen to you. Skip. And then another reason I stopped playing it was because I was playing on the iPad and it would crash all the time. The maps are huge. I don't know how many gigabytes he said, but
Too
they're-
many.
Well,
they're
it,
huge.
it's
A
pretty.
bunch.
It's pretty
All the
big.
gigs.
Genshin Impact because like I just for shits and giggles, I downloaded it again while I was playing Honkai Star Rail, and I was kind of like, I wonder how big it got since the last time I played. Because then last time was like 60 gigs, and now it's like 135. They download. It took me like at least a good like half an hour, and that's with the high connection we have here.
yeah, it's
So it's like it's huge. It's like, I mean it's fine, but I don't know if I want to spend like like download that and just to play it open. I don't know, maybe because of maybe Breath of the Wild, I think kind of like the whole concept of open world kind of tired me out, I guess, because you have to I gotta go over here to to find this boss to to defeat it, so that we get this one part of this thing, so they put it together. It's a it can get very, like Frank says, it gets very tedious after a while because you got to do it every single day just to level one character. And oh, cool, my gears are here. Now I can do the next story part.
I think in the first map it was fine because everybody was excited and
Right.
searching everywhere.
There's a lot of hype.
But after they made another one, it's kind of like, oh, I don't really want to search every corner.
And they get bigger
Mm.
too. So like
And more complicated.
yeah, they make it way like bigger, taller. I can think like the next map, this is like almost double the size of the original map.
I,
Then the next land, whatever that comes up next, and it's like that's a lot of
Land.
land to go to play to go through.
I remember seeing a meme, and it was like in the beginning, you just one of those puzzles is you press the button and you just shoot the balloons, and then in the rest is they have like now you have to do calculus. It's like I'm like damn, and it's not that wrong. But yeah,
Try and make it harder and harder.
yeah, no, it's stupid. Like
We can make it easy for the right price.
solve the riddle.
If you want to give us $20 or make it go back to elementary,
We'll give you the button.
you get
I mean, I
all the
think
buttons pop, all the balloons pop.
I think they do it so we don't finish the content so fast. But damn, I was like, okay,
That's true.
I give
I
up.
can see that.
I don't want 100%.
Yes, live with us. Stay here in your room.
Pretty
Also,
much.
it was consuming me
Forever.
too much.
Forever.
Like, I want to play, actual games, so I stopped.
With endings.
Yeah,
How dare you say it's not?
it's
Live services, Frank, all right? It's life.
According to they did pretty well in the quarter, so I think they did.
They did all right.
I mean, it was fun. I still want to go back to it. It's just like, I like my life now.
Yeah. Hey,
I
me
like
too.
seeing
Me
this.
too.
The sun feels good on my skin.
I was saying, it burns a little bit right now lately. And they're about to die in a hurricane, but
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
SoCal forever.
Hey, but at least it means you have more time to go inside and play the game.
Yeah,
There you go. And more time. Okay.
maybe the publishers are making that hurricane. Get back inside.
Get in there. Get back on that computer.
Go play.
The one thing I'll say, it was fun to play it and watch, like, like a sitcom or something like that. Something I don't have to
I see. Multitasking.
read. Yeah,
Right, you don't have to put your full attention to.
yeah,
That
yeah.
makes sense.
Quick,
Well,
quick fun.
It's like what I do now. It's like when I try and grind for certain materials, I just I set, let the PC. I set my team up and like let the PC handle it, and I just do it while I'm watching like the news or watching like a baseball game or something like that. So that's something they'll do in the background.
Yeah, like.
Oh, they finished? Oh, okay, cool. Here, do it again, and then they'll go. No, more
yeah.
streamlined. But no, I guess that's
Pro
pretty
game over here.
Get on my level.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's pretty much it. For me.
All right, thanks, Miles. That was an interesting week you've had.
That's one way to describe that, Frank.
I don't know what's worse. The fact that I know
one way.
Frank was going to try for sarcasm, and then the rate comes from the fun. No. I'm going to keep. Like, I got to make sure.
You lose. Good day, sir.
You know, I think I didn't introduce myself.
Oh yeah, you're Frank. Hello,
Yeah.
Frank.
Who are you?
Who's that mysterious host that's hosting this Taco
I was
Otaku?
just like, yeah. Well, let's move on to Richard. Who are you? Oh,
Gotta get that name tag.
I don't even know myself sometimes.
I don't know.
I look in the mirror and I don't
Those
straight
late
back.
nights, I just forget a bunch of stuff.
I don't know if you want to introduce yourself a bit. It's your first time or
It's your
just-
first time.
First time.
Who is this guy?
What do you-
What makes you tick?
What do you like? What's your favorite food?
What's your favorite game, anime, all these cliches?
Love taquitos.
Mm.
Carne asada.
Well,
Carne
we're gonna add that to the.
beef.
We're working on. We're adding that to the menu. We're adding that to the menu
I'm kind of sad we don't have any right now. You know?
after the podcast. We'll see what we can do.
Okay, get that figured out. But first time here,
Long time fan.
long time fan.
Number one
Ray
listener.
Ray Miles, yeah. To be honest, I haven't been really watching that much anime or playing games.
Oh man,
I'm sorry.
you're already disappointed.
Why are you here? Who let you on here?
This is a mistake.
This Mario Kart sure is a facade.
It's a lie. It's
But
a lie.
That's what I'm gonna say. Mario Kart. That's what I'm about.
Honestly,
Oh.
I got you, Frank. I got you. Where is it?
Wait. I got good stuff, man. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
okay,
I got
okay.
good stuff.
All right, it's uphill from here.
But it can't get any lower than that, believe me. I was ready for like a crash and burn intro, but
Oh.
I was ready for this. But yeah, honestly, Mario Kart, dude. I think what you guys were just talking about.
Who's your favorite?
Yoshi.
Yoshi.
No, wait, actually, that was my old school character. Rosalina now.
Oh,
Yeah, that's baby girl.
I mean, she's pretty tall.
She's tall and she flies.
Well, it's already Richard. We know what he's into. Every episode, we figure out something everyone's
We're
into.
gonna get into
A fly girl. Mm.
like
Frank's got the redheads. Richard's got the tall girls.
Tall
tall
blonde.
blondes.
Tall blondes. We're learning a lot. Learning a lot. Miles doesn't care as long as he has to roll for it. He's happy.
From outer space.
I don't know why I knew it was gonna happen. I was waiting for it.
It's the thrill. It's the thrill.
Thrill the chase.
It's the chase.
Yeah, I mean, Smash Bros. She's always taking your stuff. Just like, if she was real, she would take your stuff.
You take your stuff too.
There you
I wish
go.
it was real.
One day we'll get there.
One
We'll
day.
get there.
Question: do you think she's Luigi's daughter?
Is that a thing?
I think the theory once upon a time was Mario's daughter. I think.
Well,
Okay, wait, yeah, I actually heard that.
It's been a long time, but I do
Yeah,
vaguely
yeah.
remember this now that
they
Frank said it.
I think she comes out first in Galaxy.
Galaxy
Right?
one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she's introduced in Galaxy.
Well, I've seen this. I haven't played it, but I've seen pieces where they talk about her dad and it has a mustache, and then at the end they show somebody in green instead of red.
Oh right.
But then who's the wife?
Who's the wife?
Oh, well.
How is
Who
that?
else is there?
Yeah, who
Bowser?
likes Luigi?
No one likes Luigi.
Go all out, yeah, you know what I mean?
It's
Well,
impossible.
To put in that time.
It's not.
Say that.
I mean, she's tall too.
It's a multiverse.
Luigi's.
you know?
Oh, okay, I guess Luigi.
Yeah,
Oh, Ah, it all fits.
No, well, you know
Is
what?
it canon though?
They don't have to like
The real
him.
quick.
It's just they
Well,
just,
you
have
don't
to,
have to-
they just have to go to a brewery and spend enough time there.
Get
There you go.
11% beer and then
There you go.
And
See what
then
happens.
go in the bathroom where everyone's doing drugs.
You confuse that mustache with another mustache.
Hey, they all look the same. After 11%, they all look the same.
You remind me of my dad.
Oh, all right.
Healthy
So
relationships.
Rosalina's your favorite.
Rosalina, yeah, Rosalina. Now
Mario Kart. Remember we started with Mario Kart? Anyone remember that? Neither do I. Neither do I.
Mario Kart, but yeah, that's what I think you were talking about because I just usually play it, get in and out, 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
True.
So she's my
True
'cause
warrior.
I can really focus.
Oh
on
no,
just one game.
I'm worried about you.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm worried about myself.
And is it true that I hear supposedly you might play with a fellow co-host of ours, Ivan?
Oh,
I hear sometimes he mentions an arch rival on the podcast.
I mean,
Is
it
that
would be a
you?
rivalry if he actually won a couple of times.
Oh,
Well, now I know what the intro for the podcast is. Thank you for that, Richard. And possibly our
Like-
next TikTok.
I'm not gonna
Part
lie.
was like this. I was like, listen, wait, what? What?
I also that directed to him.
Like whenever I'm having a bad day, I just go home.
Hey,
I
what you
mean,
up to?
Mario Kart. Get that like nice hour in, and I'm just a lot better.
Wow.
This is,
The whole world seems a little bit more colorful.
yeah, the dreams seem to be a little sweeter. I wake up, a little pep in my step. Send a little text to remind him, like, yeah, who has the crown, you know?
Wow. So this is not like a Kakashi Gai Sensei rivalry.
No, not really.
Oh, that's one-sided.
I forgot
Okay.
who somebody just said it in I think it was the NBA. It's like it's not a rivalry if the other team only wins.
Exactly.
I think it was the 76ers guy Embiid.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believe it.
They
Well-
keep losing to someone.
Keep losing to the Celtics. I
The
think.
Celtics.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Celtics.
That's
Crying and bead.
So is it safe to say you've just been playing Mario Kart?
Mario Kart.
Cult?
I've heard that
Well, you played
one.
enough. It becomes a cult.
Yeah, that's.
Rich is getting there. Rich is
Is
getting
that
there.
the game you go to TJ and you pick up Mario Kart?
You can get anything in TJ.
Yeah, I was like, you get anything,
Anything.
especially Mario Kart. But honestly, yeah, a lot of Mario Kart. I'm trying to remember the last game I actually like, went through. I was trying to do another read through of Breath of the Wild. I pretty much got like 2 hours into that.
Mm.
I beat it before,
I see.
but I was just trying to do it again because of Tears of the Kingdom.
And I was gonna say, what
Trying to
about
get that
Tears of the
ready.
Kingdom?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do it again, just because it's been so long since I played Breath. So I
Mm,
was like, just a little refresher.
a little refresher. Are
Yeah.
you thinking about diving into that one though?
Tears of the
Tears?
Kingdom, I do.
You have it?
I have not.
You don't.
I know. I feel.
You think about getting it.
No,
And-
I have it.
Oh, you have it.
It's there.
Just haven't put it
I'm
in the
doing
console.
It's just packaged and not even been touched since I brought it home.
Wow.
But I mean, then again, a few games have been like that too.
Mm.
You guys, you understand. You guys
No, I don't have the problem at all. I
was
play
like,
every game.
What to say side eye to this guy? You guys done that before, huh?
Never. Not me.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
we're trying to complete to today's.
I put that plastic on that video game.
To make a scene, it's for the
To make it-
the
to resell. I'm gonna put it on
the re-
eBay.
the
I'm gonna put it on
rebuy
eBay.
values, yeah. It's in mint condition.
Exactly.
And you don't watch anything or nothing like that?
Recently, honestly, I've just been watching Toonami.
What's on Toonami these days?
Fully Cooley.
Still fully cool.
Fully Cooley is
Damn.
always
Are
gonna
Fully
be there.
Cooley.
Are Fully Cooley.
Okay, 'cause
okay, not
there's shit-
progressive,
there's-
not alternative. How did you not like?
Oh, well, I
those?
saw. Well, okay. No, to be fair, I only saw
We only saw
There's
No,
more than
progressive.
one.
Progressive.
There's yeah.
We wanted to say alternative, but we never
Okay,
got back.
We
to
saw progressive and
There's one that was actually like good, I thought. And
Okay.
then there's one that was like you said.
yeah, yeah, and that's it's the one we're thinking of. I
Alright, so
think
should I tell
one
about-
was kind of closer to what Fully Cooley was,
Mhm.
and the other one was like
just
what
all
is
over
this?
the place and just
Yeah,
wasn't-
just like,
Can't
you
wait for
should not have done
grunge.
this.
And there's more of them coming, by the way, Richard.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Yes.
that
Oh,
Grunge
nice.
comes out next month,
I did not. Know.
and Grunge
Get
is
excited!
it's a sequel.
I don't know if I am.
You shouldn't
Yeah,
be.
and it's a
Welcome to
sequel
sarcasm.
Very much so.
yeah, it's a sequel to Alternative. So you know, if you watch Alternative, you can watch that one.
Okay, alternative is the
'Cause
bad
that-
one, though, right?
Alternative's the good one.
That's-
Question
that's-
mark?
You
a
see
good one.
progressive.
Progressive's the bad
one.
one. I think. I'm fairly
Nah,
sure.
Progressives actually continues Fully Cooley, the original Fully Cooley.
Kind of. They
Okay.
imply because we only saw like the first episode of the other one, which was alternative,
Right.
and it seemed better, but we didn't get any farther with the first episode.
Okay, I think the better one was the girl, or both of them were girls.
I don't know. It's been too long.
Yeah, that's why it's been a while. But I literally just remember one was like, "What the hell is this?"
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was like, "This is cool. This is like
Right, this is
decent.
better."
This is better. Yeah, it's not
Mhm,
fully coolly, of course,
Right.
but
Which is also by the
Yeah.
most impossible thing to ask to do, by the way.
no, most definitely.
But we're going to try though.
They had the pillows at least come back.
Yeah, that's true. That's a big thing.
Yeah, I think that was like pretty much like if they didn't have that, like why do it? 'Cause, like, the pillows was really
I still remember that time I walked in where we used to work, Richard, many moons ago, and I said, "Who wants to see the pillows?" And you're like, "Yeah, all right." Oh, I'm like, "Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, we'll go." Yeah,
Why
I was
not?
definitely not joking. I was definitely serious.
it was actually a good time.
It was actually pretty good. We did see the pillows.
One of our friends might have got a little
Yes, so there's perhaps
No,
another co-host
no,
on the
no.
podcast that I will not be nice and won't say who. I'll let the listeners imagine who that other host of the
But Ray,
podcast.
how many co-hosts do you have?
So many, a lot of rotating fourth chairs.
We already talked about one though. Right?
We have a lot, all right. We have a lot. I'll let the listeners do the math.
It's not calculus.
Where's the button?
Oh no, let's turn it into Genshin Impact.
Oh, my head's already hurt already.
Fair enough.
So what's
Not good.
Oh, okay.
Not good.
Yeah, that's the term.
Oh, okay.
The quick soundbite.
I'll just add that to my vocabulary.
That was a sexy lion. But all right.
Real quick, Richard, because this is your first time on the podcast, I have to ask, what is like maybe like one or two of your favorite video games and or animes? Since we kind of always, when we have new people, we kind of give a little flavor of what they're into for our listeners out there.
Right off top of my head, Ocarina of Time.
Thank
It's
God.
just like, come on.
Another Zelda.
Like, it's just even the commercials coming out as a kid and watching the commercials and getting all hyped up and getting that gold cartridge.
Oh, that gold cartridge. It
Like,
worked,
one of the
baby. It worked.
best- One of the best memories ever. And just the game obviously is awesome.
Very true. Very true.
Ocarina of Time. And then I'm a Final Fantasy boy.
That's
Oh.
true. We got another one.
One of those.
Got another one.
Yeah.
Can't let you and Frank talk too long now, because that's gonna become the Final Fantasy podcast.
I
I mean, who doesn't want that though?
Yeah.
That's what the
A lot of
publishers
people.
want. That's what they really want.
Yeah.
um,
But
I thought you were gonna say Mario Kart.
it's just quick fun, man. It's
Oh.
just quick fun. No, Mario.
Oh, those are the quickies.
It's cookies are always
Okay.
good.
Favorite Final Fantasy?
It's still gotta be 7 just because.
7.
I mean, I know there's other games that are better. Believe me, I like number 9.
9 is better.
I think 9 is better,
Why are you saying 7 then?
but because 7 just
The
it's more
OG?
nostalgia. Yeah, it's just. I
Only one was
remember-
on the PlayStation the first time.
Yeah, exactly. It just came out. It just started the movement. Man.
Pretty much. If I get the Super Nintendo, off to
It's like,
PlayStation.
oh wait, I don't want to look at these 3D
Yeah,
graphics.
3D,
yeah,
well.
cutscenes.
And then you see the actual gameplay, a little chibi cloud walking
Yeah,
around.
Little blocks walking around.
Pretty much.
Like,
Big
oh.
shoulder pads.
I remember number 8 when Reno was like, "Yo, you're the cutest guy
Oh,
in the room." There's just no face.
classic. I love that
That
meme.
meme is always
Yeah.
the,
He's
that's
so
the
pretty and
best.
then the dance.
Yeah,
no
it's just,
face.
just blocking the two like dark,
Oh,
two
PS1
dark
days.
little like dots.
Big leg faces.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
Or like those memes too. It's like, you won't like me when from my worst.
Oh,
Like, oh, you don't deserve me at my worst, and then you have me at my best.
Yeah.
And it's like that block face, and it's him now.
oh, that's funny.
It's like, yeah, okay, I guess he is a handsome bastard.
I gotta play that the 8 remaster where they kind of clean up the graphics here and
I
there.
hate how they look.
Oh, does it look bad?
I just don't like Renault how they made her look. I feel like they
Huh.
didn't capture her essence.
No, original Renoir, that was like the first.
Yeah, she
Wow.
was,
That was the first one for me for sure.
She was
If you
sexy.
know what I
That's
mean.
the one.
If you know
That's
what I
the
mean,
one.
yeah, that was the first.
Learning
one.
a lot about Richard. Instantly, one episode in, we learned a lot about Richard. Learn a lot instantly.
We're gonna deep.
He's not shy. He's
we're
not
gonna dive
shy.
deep, man. We're gonna dive deep.
What's
But
the-
yeah, I could agree with you on that.
I hope they remake that one like 7.
That'd be nice.
I mean, if they're taking forever with that,
I don't know, right?
I guess they're
I'm-
supposed to come out
I
with
don't-
the last or the second part.
It's early next year.
Early next year, yeah,
Hopefully.
supposedly.
I'll take it if it shows up.
Isn't like the gig space supposed to be super ridiculous too?
2
That-
discs?
Oh, it's 2 discs on PS5.
It's 2 disc on PS5.
That's freaking
That's
crazy.
a big old game.
And then part 3 is going to be 4 discs.
And it just blows my mind once again. You have to think about it because
PS6.
all of the first game was in Midgard.
Yeah.
You're like in Midgard like 30 minutes in the original game.
Literally.
So like,
Like, why am I-
that's a lot of shit they gotta cover in two other games if
Why
they're
am
making
I
this a
fighting
trilogy.
The last boss already?
Yeah, basically. So it's going to be interesting. I still need to finish that, by the way. Ouch.
Have you not finished it?
I have not. I barely started it, to be honest.
Yo, actually, I just looked at it.
I just hey, Cloud's in here, cool.
You
And turn
should
it off.
stream that one.
The problem is that I barely stream as it is these days, and so it's like
Well, it's barely playing 7 is better than not playing
That's
it.
true. Yes, a few hours is more than not. You got a good point. Maybe I'll think about it, Frank. I'll think about
too bad
it.
he's playing Fire Emblem right now.
I am
so,
well, that's the problem. There's only one JRPG in my life at a time, and right now it's Fire Emblem.
You're
I feel
streaming
like
that?
it's always Fire Emblem though.
You're not wrong.
It's like,
God damn it!
it could be like-
That's not true. Thinks about it. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
It'd be like 20 games.
Wait, how-
and then
how-
like
how many
Fire
hours you
Emblem.
spending?
There's a new Fire Emblem though,
Yeah,
Richard.
but
It's a
this
new.
one-
It's different. It's
this
very
one-
different.
Yeah, every year's a new Fire Emblem, and yet, oh, is that DLC for said Fire Emblem?
This Sword Fighter is also in Smash. It's very different.
Then they announced another one. Oh, gotta play that one.
I
then.
get the one more, just one more.
Sorry, Tears of the Kingdom.
A little bit. Off to the side with you,
Off to
Link.
the side again.
So that's all. Good to learn about Richard. And anything else about your week, or are you finished?
That's it.
Let's move on to Ray, the one with the best chair.
Yes. You're the official producer of Taco Otaku. That's when you get the big chair.
I tried to make my way to it, but just got denied right away.
Instantly. Wasn't
The
happening.
chair,
Wasn't
rejected
happening.
him. The
Yeah.
chair
There
put
can only
him
be
off.
one.
Who's this skinny guy? Get out.
Let's see here. So for myself, 2 things I want to talk about this week. The first one, I'll be nice because the other one's going to take a lot longer, and it's just become the me and Frank podcast probably for a little bit. So I have been playing the Resident Evil 4 remake, which I'm looking to Richard and being like, have you ever played Resident Evil 4, either the remake or the original?
Original, I still have the remake in its. Oh, I rewrapped it.
Right, I let you borrow my machine and you rewrapped your.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
that now. I remember
Exactly.
that's what happened.
But yeah, most definitely.
Okay, good, because I was afraid if I talk about Resident Evil 4, does anyone know the references I'm about to make? Because I'm pretty sure Miles and Frank have not. Is that
I haven't
correct?
played it. The only thing I know about it is the guy that goes, "What are you buying?"
That's the thing. That is true. That is the right game, Frank. That is the right game.
Good job.
So I bought it. I finally been slowly playing it because I mentioned last time on the podcast. I think is I have this like stupid rule of with Resident Evil games. I can only play it at night.
That is stupid.
It is with the lights
You know
on.
what? I like that.
But the problem is I tend to work nights, so it means I don't get a chance to play it very often.
Wait, but you said with the lights on?
No, lights off. I
Okay.
meant if I said on, I meant off.
That was my
Nighttime,
then you
lights
lost me.
off. Yeah, no, that would. And then I open the curtains, and the sun's bright.
It was like, then that's something.
Yeah, that would be even
Wear
dumber.
wear sunshades.
Yeah. Put on the shades, everything black.
Put the lights on and then put the shades on.
Just there in the darkness. Turn off the TV. I'm just playing it with nothing on. Complete darkness. But anyway, so like I said, it's been slow moving, but I finally got a chance, and I've been playing a little bit. And it's interesting because it's been a long time since I played the original game. Like, I don't know, probably at least 10 years since my last playthrough, because I beat it a few times over the years. And a lot of it's like, is this how this original goes? It's like a lot of question mark. Is this what happens? This and that.
I feel like I would be the same.
Yeah, so it's kind of, I now, like, in a weird way, I'm like halfway already playing this game, and I'm like, should I play the original RE4 now, too, just to compare, like a big old crazy person?
Well, someone on YouTube probably has a video of it already.
I know someone's already beat me to the punch, probably, because that came out forever ago. But the one thing I do want to say is, I think narratively and just everything flows a lot better, makes more sense. Because I felt like in the original game, you're like in the village and you're doing things like in the village, and then you're like, there's like this cliffside in the village, and then eventually somehow you make your way to this giant castle. It seems like it comes out of nowhere.
That's exactly.
Yeah, but here in this game, it really, you bump in the village and it's a small little woods, and then eventually you get to like the lake, and in the distance you can see the big castle, which guess what, you're gonna probably get there later on in this game, right? So it just feels very more natural and has a much better flow. And you actually explore a little bit more on the lake, and your favorite encounter on the lake is still intact in the remake.
You still there?
He's still there, so
Okay.
that's a fun adventure to undertake for those who are familiar with the original. It's a pretty looking game. Breaking news: it's PS5 is a little bit stronger than the old GameCube days. It looks pretty. They keep a lot of the good cheesy one-liner dialogue still intact. So for those who really want the nostalgia vibe, it still has it, but like I said, it has a little bit better flow overall. The upgrade system, it's interesting. In this version, they give you tasks to like, oh, you need to kill a certain enemy, or in the original Richard, there was like little blue tokens you would shoot.
Right.
Yeah. So sometimes that would also still happen here, and basically you get extra points, which then you go to the merchant, which Frank mentioned. What are you buying? He's still there. Thank God for that.
What are you selling?
Yeah, there you go. And by doing those extra tasks, you get extra rewards unique just for doing those alone.
It was always like that, all right? The points?
Yeah. There was like the
it's a
treasure
good
stuff
coin.
you would find, and then you would insert the gems, right? If you find the little gems, and you get more money out of
You
it.
sell them.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember if there was like because there's more tasks, I guess. The same concept with the blue tokens or diamonds, whatever you want to call them. But like there's other, like I said, kill this certain enemy, or go do this, do that, or if you sell certain items, will give you like an extra bonus. So it's one of those I'm trying to think, because I'm slowly increasing my case, so you can carry more weapons and items, which is always good. They introduced the crafting system from the newer Resident Evil games, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with, Richard.
How new?
The Resident Evil 2 remake and 3 remake had the crafting materials because it was in the original Resident Evil 3.
Right. I remember number 3.
Yeah,
okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so
okay.
they
That's what
brought
they're
those
doing
in.
in 4 too?
They brought those into the remakes, and they kept it in this one, which I feel is a little like it's fine, but I feel like it's a little unnecessary because the game still dumps you a lot of ammo, like the original still does.
I was about to say this doesn't seem necessary at all.
Yeah,
like, with with RE4.
Yeah, because RE4 would always they would always dump a lot of barrels for you to punch and break to replay your ammo versus like original Resident Evil where it's all about survival horror, right? But by RE4 we're like just shoot.
It's just that typical like you see a bunch of barrels like something's gonna happen.
Here comes a big boss.
Here comes something. 10 barrels all around you.
It's true. There's a little bit more exploring, which is fun. Like I said, they really open up the lake section, which once again I want to replay the original because I feel like they really changed that the most. I feel like so far my comparison, I feel like they introduced Ashley a little bit earlier too in the remake, which maybe makes a little bit more sense. And they give the Spanish dude, they kind of introduce him a little bit earlier and like kind of give a hint at his backstory a little bit more in this version as well. So yeah, and that was the last part I finished with the big standoff at the house, if you remember that part, Richard.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was also pretty good in this remake. I upgraded my gun all the way, the handgun. So then I switched out to I think it's the Red 9. It's the same gun that guy uses, I believe. But yeah, so it's pretty, it's fun. I'm super curious to be like, is this how the original worked, or what's the difference between the before and after, right? Because it's been 20 something years since that.
No, it came out last year. It came out last year.
The GameCube was just his last generation, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. So yeah, it's really good. I'm excited to look for more. I guess I need to quit my job in order I could play more. So
sacrifices have to be made.
That makes the most sense to me.
You only live life once.
There you go. I'm gonna take Richard's advice.
Or maybe we don't.
Listeners, memorize the listeners' advice.
Please don't.
Let's go to the bottom. Please, now that any comments made in this podcast will be.
That's a little side note disclaimer. Please do not follow Richard's advice. But yeah, really good game. I'm surprised because I was very nervous of remaking RE4. I mean, that game's not that old and it doesn't need to be remade as much as like the original Resident Evil 1 and 2. But so far, it's living up to the hype, and they understood what the good parts of the original game is, and are just like kind of enhancing it for new generation. So
I mean, I feel like they did pretty good work on the other two, right?
Yeah.
So so they just kind of continued it.
Yeah,
they got a good formula.
Yeah, it's working. So it's I look forward to punching boulder, which me and Richard also did back in the day.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
We were punching boulders and getting eaten by crocodiles.
Oh man, that imaginary crocodile or
just showed up out of nowhere, no props.
We're talking about RE5.
Uh-huh.
That one most definitely does not need a remake though.
That's my favorite.
It's really fun.
But
it doesn't need a remake.
Yeah, I think I got my PS3 still around. I think we're still good.
Don't.
Good on that.
I wish I did.
Yeah, me too.
Aww.
I never played. I want to finish Lightning Return.
Oh, that's the third one. That third one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 3/13?
There's 3 13s.
Jesus.
Eat your heart out, Final Fantasy X.
Didn't finish it.
They don't got no dancing girls.
That's true. All right, now it's time to ignore Richard and Miles. I'm looking at you, Frank.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no.
So welcome once again to the Fire Emblem Engage podcast.
All right, we're going to leave right now, Richard. We'll be here for a bit.
Oh, is there an
Painting on the
update
wall.
on Frank? Oh.
So I have dived back into Fire Emblem Engage.
Once again, it goes back into the flame.
One more time. Enter survival horror or JRPG. So, as previous in the podcast, I talked about my adventure in Engage. Last time on Taco Otaku. And I finished it, but it was without the DLC, and I was just playing normal mode with classic still on. But this time I've increased it to at least hard and still classic mode on.
Yes.
And sometimes I hate myself for leaving classic mode on. For those who don't know, in classic mode, when characters die, they're gone. They're permanent death. There's no coming back from them to a certain degree.
Kind of like what Richard said.
Mm-hmm.
You only live once.
Oh, yeah. Took me a sec. You're right.
I mean, when you hear it, that's kind of scary.
There we go. Maybe do listen to Richard's advice. Also, once again, disclaimer: don't listen to others.
Yeah.
So I left that mode on. But the plus side in Engage, there's a like time travel mechanic where you could just hit the stone and you could go back a couple turns and kind of redo your mistake and fix your, anyone who dies, you could fix that problem. In hard mode, they're not joking. It is much difficult than the original. And it's almost to like a shocking amount of like, wow, this is quite harder. Like you really have to know your shit and get really nerdy with the stats in this game in order just to beat it, let alone thrive in it. So when my first playthrough, and I'm gonna ask Frank, did you do a lot of the engraving stuff, Frank, with the swords and the weapons where you boosted the +1, +2?
The +1, +2, yes, but not so much where you add the spheres, like,
Oh,
because those you have to go through like these extra battles.
I still haven't done that yet.
I did some, but that's just because they gifted me some.
Oh, all right, because if you bought the DLC,
yeah, but not more than that.
I tried that once and stopped.
But I did engrave them with the what do they call them?
Oh, the different emblems.
Yeah, I did engrave them with emblems like this is the Marth sword or something.
Right, the Marth, huh?
But other than that, no.
Yeah, because I totally didn't do any of that shit on the original and had no trouble whatsoever, never touching that mechanic. And yet here in hard mode, you have to play with this shit or you'll just never get far in the game.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to be like, oh, this is all these new mechanics like I did not play at all.
And then it's like,
so is it hard for hard's sake, or is it actually more challenging?
I was about to say, is it enjoyable?
It's-
There's some games that are just like,
Right, it's just hard for hard. It's at first, it was a bit of a struggle because it's been a while since I played a Fire Emblem on a hard difficulty. Probably last one was Awakening, I want to say for myself. Yeah, no, because Three Houses I streamlined because I had played Three Houses 4 times like a loony tune. It was challenging, but recently I kind of understand all the mechanics of the game. It's more of a Dark Souls challenge, satisfying once you overcome that. Or it's like, yeah, take that. I'll show Tiki and Hector what's for and the DLC stuff. So that's I beat up that little child dragon. She'll have take that little kid
Wait, child dragon
who has a British accent for some reason now.
Oh, well,
why not?
Yeah, I was just like, what the. And then she talks to Marth and Marth doesn't have it, but they're the same video game. So it's extra why do you have an accent and he
Just
does
putting
it?
too much effort into that.
It just seemed a little weird, but okay.
Well, remember, this is the same people who also made the Zelda.
All right.
Yeah.
Link.
Oh Lord.
Mrs. Doubtfire. I love Mrs. Doubtfire.
hey, she's good at cleaning.
She's very good. She showed James Bond one or two things.
As a friendly reminder, please switch to Japanese so that we go, this doesn't go.
If I was smart, I would have done that.
Yeah.
Or Spanish, or
Almost any language. Your choice. You could subtitles are there, so it's Jill's choice. But Fire Emblem Engage. So it's interesting going through the new mechanics. It's funny to see what characters are actually good characters and which characters just fucking suck. With their stat boost, seeing the full potential.
Penette, best girl Penette.
Penette she's the axe wielder. That's her. Yes, she is one of the better ones. I've gone that far. So story wise, I've just entered the redhead. That all makes sense.
He had the biggest smile on his face.
Redhead.
Scars, band-aids.
Oh, man.
She could probably ball. She's like she's not the center, but she could ball probably. Anyway, what are we talking about? So I got into Solm. That's as far as I've gotten to it. The desert city land.
Oh, okay.
With your favorite music.
Yes.
I'm about to enter the palace where they play your favorite song, Frank.
Yeah.
This on the Switch? Or
This is
it
on the
remake?
Switch.
It's
Mhm.
new?
This is it came out in February.
The newest one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the newest one.
Right.
So yeah, I'm that far. The thing besides the difficulty stuff is the thing I don't like about it the most is the integration of the DLC. It seems very just here's this stuff, figure out when to tackle it.
Go to this island over here, and this is where all DLC happens over here in this island. And then once you're done with DLC, you come back.
Yeah, it's very separative and doesn't have a very good narrative flow of oh, maybe now that you defeated this mission, maybe come over here. And it's no, here's these missions. If you can beat them, I guess keep going. If not, well, fuck you, I guess. Come back later. So I guess I wish there was a little bit more guidance of when to try to tackle these missions.
There is. It tells you in a weird way.
Does it?
Yeah, so
It says get good.
Yeah, get good.
No. There's you know, when you scroll over the map, it tells you, oh, this is level 15 or advanced 10.
Not on the DLC.
But on
map.
the DLC, it tells you this is about a 30 turn.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean? Beat in 20 turns? So I wasn't gonna plan to do 35.
That's how it tells you.
It's like it's so worthless information. And it's so jarring because like he's just a freak. And the other ones they tell you, this is about the base level. But there it's like, nah, fuck it. Get good. Basically, might as well.
They get it already. They should know.
So it's just weird.
Like going to a restaurant. How does this taste? It tastes blue.
Yum.
I love blue.
It's a good flavor, good color. So yeah, I just wish there was a little bit more guidance in like which one you should go. They just kind of dump it on you. And the same thing with because I didn't realize it, but I stumbled on the story DLC stuff, which I felt like was way too early to tackle. So I just like turned back and run away.
It's never too early.
So I am curious because I know there's like certain classes you unlock. Is that true, Frank?
On the DLC?
Yeah, the story DLC.
Yeah. So the DLC, you should probably do it as soon as possible. And it's not gonna matter where you are in the story because your stats are separate from it.
It did say that to me, and I didn't believe.
The only thing that carries over is like when you learn skills.
Oh, skills. Okay.
But your levels and weapons don't carry over.
Okay.
But skills carry over, but it's kind of tricky because you can't exactly like, oh, I'm gonna go train and get more skills because the points are like scarce. So so it's like once you spend them, you're not really gonna have any more. So it's like, you know, if you want to do it, and then I recommend you play it on easy because if you think the main story is hard, that DLC is really hard on hard.
Okay.
Like I gave up after like level 2.
Okay.
It's
dang.
I don't know if you've noticed this, and I don't know if it happens in lower difficulties. But when you play, I like to play safe. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hide behind here, and then I'm gonna wait for them to draw them in. And then they just like
new enemies pop up.
Enemies pop up, or they pop up behind you. They do that so much.
They do it so much it annoys the fuck out of me.
That really sounds like
it really, because like it's a strategy game, right? So like here's the board, here's the players. Figure out where to manipulate. Oh fuck you! Here's another chessboard. We're gonna dump on this one.
They're like
fucking 3D chess all of a sudden now.
Just surviving the probably the last one. Like
that literally happened to me today when I was fighting against Robin and Crumb. And it's like, oh, I got this. And all of a sudden, like, there's like 20 units just pops on the bottom of the screen. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, he goes
really
like, now. And then like
they just dump everything. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're getting comfortable? Take this.
It's, I don't know. I understand a little bit of as a surprise, but when like they dump like 20 more enemies show up than they was started on the map, I think that's we went a little too much.
The impression I got is like, they don't want you to like just sit back. They're like, no, go. Don't
keep. And I guess that makes sense.
Don't be a coward.
It's a strategy.
Yeah, strategy as you go.
Pretty much, run and gun.
But yeah, I remember playing in hard, and I was like, monsters here, and then I lowered it to the easiest one. It was like empty map. I'm like, whoa.
That is the other thing to see the difference, because I remember these maps right from my first playthrough was just on normal mode, and to see like I said, there's like no one on the map, and then hard mode is like 2/3 more people on the map. Like what the fuck? Where are these guys showed up?
Hey, where'd you guys come from?
You knock on the door and then there's an enemy.
Honestly, it felt like that.
So I'm here to fight you.
Yeah, I'm here to kill you. Oh, cool.
And I still had trouble on the last mission in easy mode in the DLC.
Oh, okay, on the DLC.
So I would say just play it on easy, maybe normal if you're still cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
That's me.
And then get the characters, because I wouldn't say they're amazing characters, but you know, nice.
Do you get more stuff for playing hard mode? Is that curiosity, or is it just like an aesthetic? Like I want a challenge, I guess.
I don't think you get more.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it's just for the challenge, which I do enjoy. Like I said, when it's here's the map, what you see is what you get. I'm okay with when the dumping of more enemies. That's where it's like, this is a challenge, or is it just a dick move?
Yeah, tedious.
Yeah, exactly. It just becomes tedious. It's no longer challenging. It's just annoying.
Do past it.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be accomplished.
Right. That's true. That's true. So yeah, because the only maps on I haven't done the story stuff yet, DLC, but I've done the Tiki and Hector. and I was trying to do the Robin one.
All you need is Tiki. She's the best.
She has some good abilities.
I recommend you get lifesaver or lifestone.
Yeah.
That skill is so good. Like
That I have. Is it that one? Is that the one with the guarantee or like pretty much guaranteed big stats and level up?
no, that's the one where every turn you get like 20 HP.
Okay, yeah, that one. That one I think I just unlocked.
And then the other one that's good for her is the one you mentioned where when you level up.
Yeah, because I have that on the twins.
Yeah.
That's been doing. That guy's a way better fighter than he ever was a magic user. By the way, that was a fun thing to watch and play this time.
He oh, not him, but the other thing I used to combine it with was I think it was Ike's skill, where if you have more than 1 HP, you don't die. So it was a good combo, like HP to start off, and then so as long as you don't get hit twice,
right,
in turn you will never die.
Pretty much. Yeah, his is real good, and also I forget how good Lynn's ability is, because especially if you put on the right speed user, you pretty much just dodge everything and you attack twice instantly. So that's like really good. Speaking about Lynn, I thought the really cool thing about the DLC is if you unlocked characters from, because Lynn and Hector's from the same Fire Emblem game back in the day, and they actually have a little dialogue between each other if you unlock them. So like, oh, that's cool. And it's like, oh, I get the reference because I remember, because that was the original Fire Emblem game that came out here on the Game Boy Advance many moons ago.
Hector's pretty cool.
Hector seems all right. I liked him from the little I've got a chance to use his emblem abilities.
Ugly though.
It's not maybe my favorite design choice. But yeah, so it's frustrating but a good challenge on hard mode. Like I said, wish the DLC had a little bit more navigation and handholding.
Get Edelgard and the girl from the mobile game, Veronica.
Oh,
Those
yes,
are
I
good.
saw her for 2 seconds.
She's cool too.
All right, because also the hero, there's the other hero rings, or the Fire Emblem heroes, their rings. I forget whatever their names were in the mobile game.
No, it's just one.
No, but they also have they have like S rings or something. They're also siblings, and then the lady with the axe in the video game.
What game are you talking?
Heroes, Fire Emblem Heroes.
Fire Emblem Heroes.
Like the little narrative they had. It was like a
That's
brother.
the
and
mobile
sister.
game, right?
Yes, the mobile game.
It's only the girl.
No, well, they don't have emblems, but they have the bond rings.
Oh, those are useless.
all right. The one thing
That's why you're dying.
Words
Figured it out.
But there's the one bond ring which is like stupidly good that I looked it up, and there's a way apparently you could gotcha your way. Miles would be happy to gotcha your way to the super ring, where if you're a lightning user, it lets you go strike twice instantly.
Oh my.
So if it's an armored user and it's a good magic wielder, it's instant, like basically instant kill every time. So I've been doing that with Anna, the little shopkeeper. Which, by the way, I know you mentioned that last time. That if you listen to all the dialogues with the different characters, like, wait, Anna, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I like that.
So I've been seeing. I was like, oh, that is funny. That is a good thing.
She was one of the cool ones. Another redhead.
Another redneck. Staying true to character as always, Frank. Staying on point.
She looks nice.
I'm kind of interested in this game now.
Tell me more. Let's see. I think that was mostly it. Yeah, and just the fact, I guess the other thing is, my other first playthrough, I never used any of the points to like level up the emblem levels to get abilities. Now I just instantly just dump them all in instantly.
No, you have to think about it still.
I'm swimming in those points. I have no cash. I'm a broke fool in this game.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like begging for pennies. I'm selling any sword, any lance I could, just for like scraps of money, just to get a master seal so I can level up the class.
Yeah, I just had like one silver weapon that was plus, something. And it's just like, and then I would get a new character. I'm like, I don't like you enough to give you this sword. So,
right. And the other thing is, all the characters I didn't really see their support missions and stories with, I'm trying to, focus on those characters this time through. Man, I really don't want to hang out with the chef guy still. I didn't like him the first time. I don't like him much more the second time.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, hopefully he gets better in time. But, no one's really blowing my mind story-wise. Turns out, I still like Yunaka. Breaking news. I still like Yunaka. Also another redhead.
You still like her feet?
I like the boots. I like the boots feet. Once again,
the boots feet.
The boots feet. Go to the TikTok. Go to the TikTok,
Is
folks.
this something we have to look up?
There's more. There's a story here.
Yeah, there's just unfortunate.
And it's told in 30 seconds.
Is it very unfortunate?
No, it's just the fetish.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Tarantino fan.
Those are
Tarantino
things,
fan.
those are things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm trying to think how many hours. I probably dumped, probably like 30, 35 hours.
That's it. Week.
I think I'm gonna say this
Rookie.
game.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm only on mission. But that's like the final complaint. The thing is, like, all the like skirmishes, so the side quests and the DLC stuff are like is actually hard and difficult. The story missions are stupidly easy. It's almost to a point where it's embarrassingly easy.
Well, let me. You're right. And I think at first it's hard to get over that barrier of the difficulty. But once you're there, especially if you don't switch out characters too much,
yeah,
you're strong enough. The problem is that the ending is really hard.
Okay.
Made me quit. So what I recommend is that you keep your strong team, or at least half of it. You're like,
your go-to.
Don't switch out too much because it's gonna lie to you. It's gonna lie to you. And at the end, that stupid shield. Oh my god.
I like you guys.
Oh, the shield.
The shield. I break it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even get a hit in, and then he regenerates, and then the hordes of monsters come back, and it's just like.
I do admit, when I beat it that on normal, I told myself this should be harder, and I told myself, I bet you it is on the higher difficulties.
I just like I'm gonna clap if you beat it. I'm gonna give you a standing ovation.
He's gonna like kneel down. I'm not worthy. Offers the switch.
There's only one Fire Emblem.
Offers the switch to you.
I'm gonna see you, and I'm gonna call you Your Honor. It's like I need to kneel. It's hard. Like I'm curious to see, once you get up there.
When I get that far.
So
I'm like, what is that? It's like maybe halfway through because it's like 24-ish.
yeah, what's that thing where it's like a clip that goes on the internet? It was like, and it was at that moment that he knew that
he fucked up.
Yeah. So it was like, because I was like, I'm gonna include everybody. I'm gonna rotate.
Oh yes.
And then at the end, I'm like, shit, this rotation was a bad idea. Now you're all not. Besides the main character, you're all too weak.
Pretty much. And that's the thing, is I'm realizing like there's certain characters like, you're worthless. I'm sorry, you gotta go. Like
you have to get overpowered, but you have to have at least 4 overpowered characters because you're gonna need to get carried.
Right.
So you're gonna be fighting those mini bosses, and then more monsters are gonna come out, and if you can't tank them, it's like
because right now it's basically me and Yunaka who's holding down the fort.
Yeah. Get yourself some Zelkov.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him closer.
Get some Panette.
Yes, that's the next one I'm gonna work on.
I'm saying her name wrong, aren't I?
It's all right.
Uh,
She's got the look for it.
What else? The Wolf Girl is kind of cool.
She's not bad. She's all right.
I like her passive ability more than herself. Who else is good? The samurai guy is good. I forgot his name.
People keep telling me that, and every time I use him, he just chokes on me. Homeboy just chokes, and I give him like every ability. Like, hey, if you're a sword user, use this ring. Gives him stat. Homeboy just dies every time I send him out there.
Just get back, he's on the ground.
He's like the super. Here's the master sword. Here's like Super Saiyan ability. Don't choke, and he just dies out there every time I send him out to the war.
What did you give him?
I gave him I gave him like a level 2 silver sword, and I gave him
Bad idea.
I forget the sword user, but from Marth's game, I forget Navarro, because he has like the skill where it's like any sword user critical goes up by a significant amount.
Okay, no.
Apparently apparently doesn't work. Apparently I need to give him something else because that combo's not working.
Give him a void, and then give him the instead of the silver, give him like the killing edge, or like a regular steel, like
the steel
iron sword.
A souped up.
Because you want him to not get hit. You don't like
faster.
If you
obviously,
just get that void up, and then he'll get stronger naturally.
All right, I'll try to. Every time I just like, okay, this is the time you're gonna shine. He's dead. Little Anna's walking around on his dead corpse.
Because if you're gonna give him that stuff like where he hits really hard, then you have to have that skill where he hits first. Like if he gets attacked. Otherwise, he's like he's squishy.
Because he's that makes me of Lapis. I try to champion Lapis, and man, she just can't. She can't take more than like one hit, and she's done.
I know.
And I tried everything to make her.
Like, I think when they were playing Awakening, there was like this a girl character. She was she had a lance, but she was also on a horse, and she just dies every 5
Oh.
seconds. Because like she doesn't last. I can't.
I know
never,
who you mean. She's a redhead, huh?
No, she has brown hair.
Close.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah, I can't level her up, and I never just run because like every time I send her out there,
No, the red hair is from. Are you talking about the next game?
I was thinking about
Fates?
the girl that.
Oh, the
on
future,
Pegasus,
the future,
on
the future kid.
No. There's a redhead that's on a horse. I think the horse that flies.
I think
That's
you
a
would remember.
redhead
Yeah.
in Awakening.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure because I married her.
She's at my house.
I can't. She's on my 3DS waiting for me.
I need to get home. Right? Actually,
I'll be home. Wait for. I'll be home soon, Lucy.
She
can
has
you
a
pick
home
me up
cook-
on that Pegasus?
Home cooked meal.
There goes Frank.
Later. Well,
All
he
right,
wasn't
bye,
lying,
Frank.
though.
Have a good-
Mood right.
Avoids the traffic every day.
She's friends with Rosalina and they fly together.
They carpool together.
They do Uber sometimes.
Pays the bills.
But yeah, Lapis, I understand.
I
She
tried.
sucks, but I had to use her contractually.
I tried, and then I just give him like, all right, Diamond, it's you, it's you again, sucker.
Yeah, the amount.
Here's a sword. Go do your thing.
Yeah, he's good. You know who else sucks? And I used Etier.
She, you have to like really train her up the right way to make her good.
You have
Because
to-
you might as well use the brother with the blue hair.
Yeah, the coward.
Yeah, the coward.
I'm excited about your.
I'm back
new
in, baby.
adventure.
I'm back in.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I think about
Tune in
getting
next
back
week. To
People
see
keep
you.
asking if I'm back in, and I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm back in.
Well, yeah, you gotta put
Just
now
sweating, biting your nails.
In. You're like the Godfather.
I guess we know we put on the soundboard next time.
Add that one. I'll add it.
I think I might try this game.
Try it.
You
It's,
guys are making me. Yeah.
it's a good
Drugs are good.
gateway.
It's fine,
Fire Emblem.
but don't be like these guys. Don't play in hard mode.
Oh, I
These
will
guys-
play on hard mode though. That's a problem with me. I would try to beat
These guys
it.
are a whole different
If you
level.
want my chair, Richie, you gotta play hard mode.
Come back past it.
Play it, and if you needed help, just give me a call.
Most
There you go.
definitely.
I'll tell
Yeah, I
you.
think I'm gonna pick this up.
I'll show you the right way to cry.
You guys.
I'll show
Is
you
it on my
game.
side or in the back? On my back.
All right, so
Well,
that's it. So
interesting week, I guess.
it's your turn,
The
Frank.
last one left.
Last one standing.
Well, basically all I've done is play Final Fantasy 16.
Mm.
I need to get to that.
You need to get everything.
Dare.
You and your rewrapped
They got
games.
You need to sell those games, Richard.
I'll be better.
I don't know why. I'm it for once. It's nice not being on the end of no, it's nice to be.
We should have Richard more on the podcast.
It's nice to be on here going. Oh, so that sounds like.
That's what it looks from this angle.
Good,
Oh, okay.
good day, sir.
I haven't been mean. That's just,
But when you're hot, you're hot.
The truth hurts. Truth hurts.
just.
How are you liking 16 though right now? So far?
Good
I
question.
have mixed feelings.
Hmm.
I heard nothing but good stuff.
That's the problem.
But
You
is it
hear good.
not?
It's good, but it's not as good as they say.
Okay,
Hmm.
it's hyped.
Yeah, it's too hyped.
It's pretty though.
Yeah, that's the good thing about it. I don't know how much I should get into it. Should I do spoilers, not spoilers?
No spoilers, please.
Okay, no spoilers. Well, the ending. No, well, okay. So should I start off with the good stuff or the bad stuff? What do you guys in the mood for?
Give me the ugly.
The ugly.
Exactly. Ugly.
Okay, in my opinion, it's too easy.
Mm.
And
What's most new Final Fantasy games I feel like are?
well,
Is there a-
I'll argue more.
Is there higher difficulty, and what difficulty are you playing on?
Most Mario games in general are easy.
Exactly.
Mm.
I mean, I don't even think there's a difficulty.
Oh, just the one.
I mean,
Oh.
it gives you an option, which is like, oh, do you want to start off with these items that make your gameplay easier?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, no, and then
But you're getting them anyways.
and then like I see them in my inventory. I'm like, is it these? So it's just like, do you want them equipped? I guess you can have them equipped permanently,
Right.
Or I don't know if it's just like, yeah, let's just give it to them either way.
I see you're weak a little bit. Here you go.
And then I put one on, and it was like I could dodge everything because it gives you like a little thing like time frame. Press the dodge button now.
Oh,
wow.
You're gonna need to get hit.
So I took it off. I'm like, no, I need some kind of challenge.
Right.
But it's just, to me, it's like there's no thinking involved. Yes, sometimes I try to dodge when they try to hit me, and if I get hit a lot, I die. But it's not like, I mean, if they took the potions away,
Hmm.
I could see it being a challenge. But there's always the potions, and if you die, you get all your potions back. So it's
Oh.
and you get to fight the boss with like half health. It's like,
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm like, why are you holding my hand so much? Like,
That is
Uh,
quite the hand holding.
Modern gaming, right, everyone?
Modern
Yeah.
gaming at its
So-
finest.
I have a problem with you only being able to use one character, the main character.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you, because they have a lot of nice characters and they have good art and stuff, and it's just like wasted potential. Instead of it being where you switch to from every summon,
Right.
every character should have been summoned, and like, oh, you know, if you want this summon, bring this character. I don't know why they didn't do that.
So it's not like in the 7 remake where you can play as other characters. You just play as the one. You play as
Yeah.
Cloud, basically.
Imagine
the whole
you're
game.
Cloud, and then you're like, oh, you want to play as Aries? Well, she taught you how to heal, or you know,
Uh-huh.
she taught you how to do this, and then Tifa taught you how to box. So you,
So you just have all the skills.
Yeah,
wrapped
and they're
up.
just there like, you know, they're like.
A part of them lives.
And then I remember seeing a video on YouTube, and it's like, oh, this dog was the best idea, and you know, not only does he attack, he heals you and he guides you, and then it's like all that. I'm like, man, that dog. Besides him telling you where to go, because it's kind of hard to tell, you know, because my problem is too realistic, so I'm like, I'm lost.
Like you were going to a new place. It's like actually going to a new
Yeah,
place.
like, I'm in-
do I need to ask for directions?
Where's my GPS?
Yeah, let me get my phone out real quick.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, it's like you're out in the world, and it's like, man, this road sucks. Like I can't see where to go next. So like, yeah, I just click on the dog button, and it's like, oh, go this way. Oh, thanks, dude. But
Then again, it makes it easy again, too. So.
yeah, I mean, I appreciate that part because I don't want to be wasting my time going to the wrong places. But the
Sure.
dog to me is useless. He doesn't really help me. I feel like he's not even there. You press the heal button, and it's like he heals you 1-5. I'm like, whoa, wow, thanks.
Thanks.
Like a small region, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Mm.
It's going up slowly but surely.
yeah. So the gameplay is fun. It's fun. It's cool. I for everything that happens, I feel like I don't know what the explanation is. I think it might try to be too realistic.
Mm.
So, for example, the characters, they don't have too much personality with their wardrobe. I feel like because it tries to be too realistic, they're not gonna deviate too much.
Oh, it has that. The
So
problem.
you don't want it to be. It's not 12 then.
It's not 12.
Crazy costume.
So let me give you an example. A couple. So think of the Transformers, the cartoons,
Okay.
and then think of the movies, and how like
they ruin those designs?
the
Yeah.
designs, they kind of change them, and it's kind of like plain, like too dark. They all blend in together.
Mhm.
The Power Rangers, you know, and you've seen the movie, the live action movie, where they
Oh.
look kind of like
The colors are
something's weird about
Yeah,
it.
something's off. Yeah.
Where it's like you can't even distinguish which one's which Power Ranger, even though
Mhm.
they technically are different colors. It's they're just so dark that they.
right.
Yeah,
dark.
but-
The tones are really dark. I
Yeah.
get what you're saying.
So the swords, you can, that's like the one thing you can change,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I can barely see the sword, or this sword looks exactly the same, and it's like I got the ice brand, and I'm thinking, oh man, this is gonna be pure ice. It freaking looks like a black stick.
Oh.
I'm like,
Makes sense.
I'm like, I feel like they were asking Clive, hey Clive, what would you like to wear? And then, oh, my style is Dracula wardrobe. So
I really like Castlevania.
if it's not dark, I'm not gonna wear it. So it's like, all right, we had this bright blue sword, but I
So
guess
what
you
club
can't.
are we going to next?
And so yeah, that's, I have a problem with the art choice. I don't know if it's just the guy that made the game. He's like, I like how this looks, or if it's just like, we gotta try to make it look realistic. And I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. It's not bad. It might be appealing to like a certain demographic, like you know, I get it, like, because I keep thinking, well, like, what if they made a Final Fantasy and it was like anime style and like, you know, flashy and stuff like that. This is more like they made Final Fantasy. It's like Lord of the Rings, you know, atmosphere, and it's like, it's cool. I like Lord of the Rings, but it's like not memorable. The characters, they're cool. They're not nothing wrong with them. It's just like there's no personality.
Right.
Oh, you know, they go like Titan's tits or something.
Oh,
Or they talk. They
Which
talk,
one or the other?
They talk really weird, and then it's like,
Yeah, that's how I feel like with playing like Star Rail. Like at least all the characters in that game, they have different personality.
yes,
right?
I would
They're,
like
like,
that.
But like the thing like Genshin Impact, they're like after a while it's like, well, he's green, so he must be this affinity, right? It gets very generic, even as further they go along. So it's kind of like, oh, why do I get this guy? It's the same guy and this guy. Oh, but he's green though. It's very. There's no real thought in designs, I guess.
You didn't go where I wanted you to go, but
So do you think that the character development was just an afterthought after the gameplay, pretty much?
I don't think
feel
it
like
was-
this was gameplay.
I don't think it was an afterthought.
I mean, I guess we have to put more context what we're talking about. It's like in 13.2 when they changed, I guess, like a lot of their costumes to be more like spacey, I guess, like especially like the sister's costume. Like they made it really different than the it was in 13.1, and so it's like what's happening here? The way how they design costumes, things like that's different.
Mhm.
It has a different vibe than we used to. Kind of.
Yeah, I think I would want this game to be more 13 original than
Yeah.
13.3,
Oh yeah, 13. Yeah, that's gonna get real.
and it's leaning more 13.3.
Oh yeah. I never 13.3 yet. Those.
Well,
Oof.
I mean, did they have a lot of costume choices? But if you look at the world around you,
Yeah,
it's very dark.
It doesn't fit in what's going on with the world you're in. It's like, huh?
But yeah, to answer your question, I don't think it was an afterthought. I think it was like a safe choice. I think they were trying to say, okay, we can't, have this guy that suddenly wears all blue or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't, because even with
Giggles.
the icons, aka summons, I think they played it way too safe. Ifrit looks like Godzilla. Like, when I think Ifrit, I think of the Ifrit from Final Fantasy V, where he has like that light yellowish skin. He has red hair. He looks like a human-ish,
Oh, I'm here. I was thinking Final
but he
Fantasy
has
X.
like a dragon face. But this guy he's just Godzilla. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything before. Even the other ones.
I mean, I guess you could say, oh yeah, that kind of looks like Ifrit. But my first thought is like, this is Godzilla. Shiva does look, which is one of the most unique ones. But the problem is that Shiva gets like very little time.
Oh.
Garuda looks fine. It's Titan. Oh my god, I do not like how they did Titan. Have you guys played 15? Final Fantasy 15?
Yeah.
Titan looks amazing in that one. In this one, he just looks like, he looks like, what's that bad guy from Yu Yu Hakusho?
Oh, the guy that Kurobar kills?
No,
No.
the one that Yusuke fights in the tournament.
in the tournament.
Togoro?
Oh, the sunglasses guy.
Is it Togoro?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the big rock. No, that was Kurama that killed that rock guy. In the... No. Wait, you're talking the guy with the sunglasses.
Yeah.
That's Togoro.
Yeah.
I thought-
Togoro,
yeah, okay.
when
you're fine.
he's his buffest mode,
Oh, steroid super. Oh my god, that guy did some serious steroids.
that's Titan in this game.
Oh. I never get how goofy that he gets really at 100%.
And it's just like, I don't know, it just looks like a rock to me. Like, so I just thought like, oh man, is this lazy design, or is this just like they trying to make it realistic?
Mm-hmm.
Bahamut, I do not like Bahamut. He looks like a freaking regular dragon.
Roar.
Yeah, yeah, it's like,
Weren't you in Choose the Kingdom?
no, okay, not that bad.
There it is.
Not that bad. Those dragons are.
I was
boring.
curious to see if I set him up when we followed through, and he did.
Who else? Odin looks pretty cool.
Okay, well at least they got that.
And in my opinion, Odin is the guy from Games of Thrones, the prince from the other land. I don't know if you guys seen that. You haven't seen it? Ah, well. His name, the actor's name is Pedro Pascal. He looks like that guy.
the
Odin?
Mandalorian.
Yes, he looks like the man.
the Odin looks like Pedro
Joel?
Pascal.
Yeah.
Joe, yeah.
I still haven't seen that. I need to watch that.
Yeah, he looks like. I'm like, okay, did they kind of try to make him look like him? And I think it's clear that it's like,
Is this the way, Frank?
Hmm?
Is this the way?
this is the way. But and I feel like they put too much effort in side quests. Where I feel like they have so much time. Like, I'm talking to these NPCs so many times, and I'm like, hey, she was over there. Why can't I talk to her? Like, let's get more content with her.
Right.
And
Let's get this over. Let's fix this.
The story is fun, except there for these one parts where it's like, oh, go get this, go do that. One time it was fine, but they have this thing where you go to a new town, and like, you know, you just gotta do the main quest, and then after you do the main quest, like, oh, I guess we trust you. Here's this badge. Now everybody will talk to you, and it's like with this, they know that you're on, you know, you're a trusted, you know, person by me, and now they give you the quest. And every town is like, oh, here's your badge now. Now everybody trusts you here. I'm like, okay, what? Why? Okay, one time, 2 times, maybe.
So it does seem a little silly.
5 times.
So like,
they really love the badge system in this world.
So you're like Gary, you have like a whole like badge case. You put all the badges in there.
They're playing watching Pokemon, and they love badges, and there you go. That's what happened.
And I'm like, why? Is this like laziness by them?
Right.
I would rather them just skip that. Let's go through the story, because it would be a very nice story if we skip that part.
It's not even necessary.
Right.
Yeah,
it's an easy cut.
Make that
necessary. Honestly.
Make that a side quest.
Right.
Like, oh. And then there's a lot of information in this game, like that you have to read it, and I feel like it shouldn't be that way.
Like for the gameplay or for the story?
Like if you want to know the backgrounds of people and stuff like that. No, let the game tell me. You go to this old guy and he's like, oh, what do you want to learn about?
Just read a bunch of text?
Yeah, and I'm like...
Yeah, that's always really annoying in the video. If I wanted to read text, I read a fucking book.
No one's doing that.
Yeah, it's kind of like... That's kind of a bummer. And then there's a... Like, in the main place, there's a bunch of NPCs who are quote-unquote important, but I don't really care about them. I wish they... I wish they gave those jobs to the important characters. And I don't understand why they did do that. Like, for example, Shiva is one of the main characters. And she's just there in the hideout, where she could have been one of the members that like, oh yeah, you know, I just gathered this information, let me, you know, catch you up. Instead they bring up this random girl out of nowhere. It's like, oh. So I feel like they do that a couple of times. I guess I should start saying the good stuff.
I was gonna say, what's good about this game?
It does not sound. I feel like there's nothing.
As I return my copy right now.
That being said, it's 10 out of 10. I will play it again. Game of the year.
Best game of the year. Having said that, I think it might be my best runner-up for game of the year.
I mean, one of the good NPCs, his name is Gab. I feel like in the beginning, I feel like there was like this chemistry between Clive and Gab. I'm like, oh.
I thought I was going somewhere else.
I was gonna say, oh wow, is he redhead?
No, you hey, you know what? I thought
too.
I thought it was going there because they would talk to each other like, Gab, like they were like, be careful. They're like, I need you, like,
very like sensualized some of that, right?
I love you, man, but not in that way. Not in that way.
And then it's like,
cool though. But
that's if I'm nothing against that.
Yeah, there's nothing against.
I don't know. I thought it was cool. Like, you know, they had this thing going, and it was like, wait, like, there's this girl who seems to be the main character, but he's paying attention more to this guy.
hey! They said bros before hoes, right?
Yeah, there it is.
And then they would talk like the girl and the guy, and they'd be like, it was just like nothing there. Really, he's not interested in her.
It's just not happening. I'm sorry, but it's not happening. You gotta move on.
And I just thought that was funny. Sid is a great character. Clive is, he doesn't do anything that like I'm like, oh man, this guy sucks. It's more like, okay, I get it. You know, he's the typical hero, always does the right thing stuff. The story, I feel it's fine. It's better than 15, the story. But I feel like 15 I feel like 15 was worked on more, and it had these more impactful moments. Like the summons were super cool. This one, it's really fun and flashy, and I'm enjoying it. But it's just the challenge part where I'm like, I'm just pressing buttons here. So I'm supposed to say good stuff. Oh, my bad.
I just trended back into bad.
Well, I hate this game so much.
Why am I playing?
Game of the year. Game of the year.
Game of the year.
No, it's just it's cool seeing the summon fights are really cool. Even though it's easy, it's satisfying to, you know, use the different skills and mix and match. I was at the ending fight right before Miles picked me up, and I was like, I wish I would have, you know, you just needed to give me like 15 more minutes. But But yeah,
almost there. Give me...
Podcast time, Frank. Podcast time.
so I can't I can't like give you my definitive review because for me like the ending makes or breaks a game.
Oh, I see.
Definitely.
That's true. That's a good
So
point.
if they if they bring it home, if they
Rally the troops.
they do something great at the end there, then it's gonna be good. But
Comes back.
it's
Hated it.
Worst game of all time.
Worst game.
what gives me hope is that I hated a lot of things about 15,
Mm.
and they seem to fix it in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they dropped the ball on a lot of stuff, which doesn't bother me. I'm enjoying it enough because I want to get platinum.
Mm-hmm.
So if
All
I
of it.
really didn't like it, I wouldn't even bother.
Right, that's a good point.
Pretty,
But
invested
it's
in
just
time.
like I could see room for improvement, and it's just I hope that the people that like to complain have the same complaints as me, because I know I'm not gonna say nothing about it. Like I'm not gonna go on Twitter and like, hey, you should fix this or something like that.
It's gonna put on the world's biggest podcast.
But yeah. So what I hope they fix later on is please have party members.
Mm.
Don't make it so easy. The difficulty of 7 remake is good.
Mm.
Like I like that kind of challenge.
Challenge.
Give them more personality, please. What is this voice acting called? Because I don't think it's British, but it's kind of like old medieval time.
Oh, it's like Old English?
Yeah,
Shakespearean?
please stop with that.
Well, I didn't. But he was trying to go for that feel, right?
Yeah, I guess for the
supposed to be
times though, yeah.
like
Yeah,
medieval.
no,
Like
but-
it's supposed to be like medieval.
Etu
times.
Cloud?
Yeah,
Etu?
have medieval times. Just speak normal. Make it relatable to somebody. Like I have to look at a dictionary to figure out what you're trying to say.
It's like they hired
I
us
did the English
to
dictionary
try
for this
to,
English.
like, they hired us to try to like imitate Old English. Is that
Yeah,
how it
yeah.
sounds? And it's just horrible.
Ye olden shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Sir.
Yeehaw.
Yeah,
yeah, that's a saying too,
That
right?
sounds about right.
Yahoo.
because what they're
Mario.
Mario now.
what they're saying is fine, but if I think they said it in a modern language, it would be so much better, so much
Mhm.
relatable, so much easier to understand.
Must be. That's where Tiki comes from.
Jesus, I don't know. I just think that that would make the game. It would give personality to characters because I feel like because they have to talk this way, they can't be like too. They can't have banter. Like,
Right.
They too expressive or something like that. Kind of just like hi, I'm Clyde over here, and this is my band of guys here. Cool.
Yeah. Two more things that bother me about it, even though I was supposed to.
Just two more. Two more.
Two more things.
After that Frank's gonna say I'm done.
I feel like they curse unnecessarily.
I
Sounds like British people, though.
It's a mature game, and then to just throw the word "fuck" out of nowhere. Like, what? Why?
The fuck's up with that?
It's not even like that. It's like let's go get ice cream, yeah, and then
Fuck yeah.
No, no,
Fucking ice cream man wasn't here.
I was out. The little kids cursing and things like that.
yeah. I don't know. They're just saying something that doesn't even require the word, and it's just like an insert.
Also, it's kind of trying to be edgy, kind of, but not really. There was no reason for it to be edgy.
Right. It's just I the feeling I got was that okay, we got the rating to say anything we can.
Cool.
We haven't been using it. Just put it here.
So we got 100 fucks to use.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
It's like we got mail. Oh, for fuck face. But it's a good thing. Oh, what did I say wrong?
Why you mad?
The other thing is there's nudity in this game,
Ooh.
which I feel like kind of isolates from everyone to playing it. Because you have these parents and wait, this is a mature game, you're not getting it. I feel like if they wouldn't have had it,
I haven't thought about that.
I did not know
Is this
that
the
it had
first
nudity.
rated M Final Fantasy?
I don't know if it's the first rated M,
Nah, I
but
think it is.
it's the first one that has
about that. That's a good point.
first one that has curse words, like strong curse words,
Right.
not like oh praise be Yevon or whatever.
Oh,
fun.
Ah.
Was it Abed?
Oh.
The one that makes me laugh is
Took me a while to get that one. I got it.
Yeah.
instead,
That's Abed.
instead of saying
Thanks,
God,
Waka,
they say
everyone.
founder, and they're like, oh, founder.
Uh-huh.
It sounds weird.
Not religion.
But
at
the
all.
nudity, it's kind of like,
Unnecessary.
yeah, I just
Is it any good though? I'm asking for.
I mean,
asking for
Get to the facts.
the cold hard fact.
I mean, the girls look good. I just feel like it doesn't add to the scene.
Doesn't make sense too.
One.
It's like watching like certain movies have a sex scene. You go, what? No, who's this for?
Okay, it makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna explain the ones that have nudity.
Detail, please.
Only-
Detail.
Okay.
Here we go.
Garuda is one of the ones that get naked.
Gerudos? What? Zelda? Tall redheads?
Goron?
She's a blonde.
Even better.
He's already naked.
So she's
Nothing to take off. They're ready to go.
she's in the bedroom with some guy,
Of course.
and they're talking, and it makes sense that because they're lovers, and it makes sense that they're doing what they're doing. But it like if they did the same exact scene with clothes, it wouldn't like. I wouldn't bat an eye. I'd be like, hey, shouldn't they be naked? Because I'm pretty sure they're a thing, and they're in their room alone, so they should be naked. I wouldn't be thinking that. So it's kind of like, okay, I get it, it makes sense, but unnecessary. Like the second scene that is full nude, is they have nudity, but they don't show like the
Everything?
the bits.
The bits.
They don't show the bits.
Is that what the kids
good
are calling
bits.
it these days? The
It's
Is
like
that- so that's what the eat bits are. Oh.
that was food.
count them up.
This whole time.
Yeah, it's like a leaf gets in the way or something like that.
Let's do it.
Anyways, that one makes a little more sense. Because these two people get washed up at a shore, so I'm guessing they're naked because their clothes was wet.
It's almost like, wait, what?
Wait, what makes sense about this?
They just wake up and they're just on the pass on the floor. On
Okay.
The ocean floor.
Oh, my clothes off now.
What were they doing?
No. Okay, so let me try to build some story.
Let's rewind.
They were in a boat, and then they got stranded, and then they drifted off to an island.
And their clothes fall off to somehow washed away from them.
Hey, you know what?
It happens.
I was asking questions, but not too much. Like,
All right. I'm a little late, but I had to play it. Try again.
all right, so they got washed off of the shore, and I'm guessing that they.
Another update.
Time's up.
Windows is excited.
I'm guessing their clothes was off because they were drying it. Okay, as I'm explaining, it doesn't make sense.
As it was raining. Third track.
This is not helping. Like, it made more sense in my mind, and I'm like, yeah.
Maybe this is too much to
Maybe my
explain.
first impression was good that it shouldn't be there.
And so that was Final Fantasy 16, everybody. We're gonna move on.
Best game of the year.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good. You should.
You
play
know
it.
everyone's gonna get this game for the nudity now, right?
Mm-hmm. Cursing and nudity. Whoa. Can't wait till I get my...
Mom, can I
Mom.
get number 16?
Ah, yeah. I feel like I'm just complaining too much about it, but you know the monster Gigas, like from Final Fantasy 1? No, there's the goblins, traditional goblins, and then there's like a giant looking monster, and he's green, and he's kind of like that.
I think I vaguely remember this.
Well, that to me, that's the iconic monster. I don't know why, but he is. And then this one, they just made him look like a bigger goblin, a big fat goblin. He's a Jabba the Hutt.
This is Jabba the Hutt, motherfucker. That's great.
And that's the thing that's like, oh, you guys are trying to make it too realistic. Yes, it makes sense that it's just a bigger goblin, but come on, give me that
it's like a problem I
traditional
have-
looking
Mm.
Gigas.
It's not like the problem I have with some of the Christopher Nolan movies. It's like, okay, I guess I get the context supposed to be realistic, but this is getting a little too.
Oh, the
realistic.
Batman stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly like that.
Yeah.
Gotta explain it all.
Good. Thank you, Miles.
For the assist.
You could have said that earlier and saved myself.
Where were you when I needed you?
You didn't throw snow spindles, Frank.
They want to see you drown like those people with their clothes off
See, it's
for some
called-
reason.
See, Frank, it's called revenge. See,
There
that's
it
what
is.
that's what it is.
The
Revenge.
galaxy next door, huh?
But yeah, I'm gonna play the new game plus. See what's up.
It's like Ivan all over again. Terrible show. Wouldn't watch it. I'll look for next week's episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. No questions here. Okay.
No,
cool.
I'm liking it. I just can't
It's not
explain
ass.
why I'm liking it.
I like it. I just can't tell you
I
why.
think you just went over it. The movie, man.
I want people to go back, look at the clock. How many positive things, how many minuses things. You decide.
Yeah. There'll be a
Is
ticker.
this game worth your time?
On YouTube, there'll be a ticker in the bottom. Let you know how many positive were said.
Uh-huh.
I just needed to say those things just in case somebody hears it and they
There you go.
improve it.
Fair and honest here.
So yeah, that's my week. That's my week.
Okay.
And let's move on to news, which unless somebody else has news other than Ray, I'll start with Ray.
All right. Well, we'll do that, but before it's time for a commercial break because I need to go get something. So first.
All right, so now we're gonna go with the news, and Ray promises to have something interesting for us.
I didn't promise that. I promised news. That's what I promised. Now, is it good news? You decide out
set him
there.
up to fail, man.
Thanks a lot. All right.
I'm here to assist.
He'll remember in the corner. He'll remember that. All right. So first things, quick state. So apparently, the Ava, I guess 3.1 plus 1.0.
Yeah.
Ava, the over-the-top
This
pretentious
time.
name that is Ava.
This time.
Is finally actually coming out on physical media on 4K Blu-ray on October 17th. As every guy who owns everything else Ava, I need to add it to my collection. Yay!
I need to watch those
guess.
movies.
You haven't seen the movies yet, Frank?
I've watched 3.
You haven't seen the you haven't seen the
I haven't
fourth
seen
one.
the last one.
I
The
think
third
it's still
one
on
kinda lost
Amazon. I
me.
think it's still on Amazon.
Is
So
it?
it's
Gotta check that.
it's still good. Is it mind blowing? Was it worth the
No.
wait? But it's still
It's a
Ava.
long wait.
It was a long wait between that third and fourth movie. But I look forward to finishing that movie collection finally after all these years. And October 17th. And let's see here. We're speaking about maybe Final Fantasy 16 monsters. The Godzilla TV show, which I forgot was happening, is happening on Apple TV. So those who have Apple TV, finally, there's a reason to have that subscription.
Oh no, I have 2 months left.
Oh, there you go. Well, they didn't specify. It's this fall. The Monarch Legacy of Monsters is going to debut on there. It's going to be a 10-episode series with Godzilla and other big monsters. I'm assuming
Kaiju.
Yes.
Or Kaiju.
Maybe we'll get some. What was it? Pacific Rim. That's what it is, right?
Pacific
Fair
Rim.
enough. Ah, yes.
Other icons from Final
Kaijus.
Fantasy 16.
Hopefully, yeah. And also, all your favorite
And,
Final Fantasy 16
if
monsters.
it makes
Yeah.
special appearance.
Wait, is that Godzilla? No, it's Emerald.
Alright, cool.
Gonna start to twist this. So curious about that. See how that works out. Speaking about TV shows on Netflix on November 17th, the Scott Pilgrim anime will finally make its debut, which we talked before on the podcast, and they showed a little trailer now, and it looks pretty promising.
My feed's been getting thrown. Scott Pilgrim anime.
Yeah, and it's just kind of crazy to see, like, once again, all the voice actors from the movie are coming back to do this. So it's like it's kind of intense, and considering the movie is also kind of old.
And
they
they got they got the guy who made the music from the game.
The director Edgar Wright's like a producer, the actual creator of the original comic books on it. Everyone who's anyone is on this project trying to make it happen with a pretty big anime studio too.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So I look forward on November 17th. Let's see here. A very welcome to the Ray only news. Princess Maker Regeneration is coming to Steam on December 21st. It's a very niche, very weird Japanese visual novel, choose your own adventure thing. But this was the thing that kind of got me into the genre of games. Like people who, less Persona, but the whole like time management stuff from Persona. A lot of that is in this game. And the second one's like probably the best game. I think they make 4 or 5 of them. Only some of them came out here, but I'm curious to see what a remake of because they already remade this game too on top of it. So like it's a remake of a remake. So okay. Fun fact, the original game was made by Gainax, the studio that did Ava. So that's a fun, weird fact. Slightly bigger news. Apparently, I just found this out today. The Xbox 360 store is shutting down permanently next year on July 29th. So, the good news is it's not totally dying. The servers aren't totally dead, but the store option to buy and add stuff to your account will no longer be an option next year. But if you purchase something back in the day, you can still go ahead and download it today. And then also, if it's backwards compatible with your Xbox Series console, you can still play it that way. So that's good news, I guess.
Well, I guess it depends because it's like in our list, right? We're waiting like till see what games make it on the list. If some of them are gone once again into the winds of I'll see you when we get a remake or not.
Yeah, and right now it's funny because like right now we'll all forget about it, not think about it. But I remember on this podcast when the 3DS shop we talked about it on the podcast. Like, what did you get? What did you get? What did you get? Oh, the doors, the closed. Don't miss out. Don't miss out.
These 360 like, you got that? Cool.
Yeah, I still
Good
have Gears. I still have Gears. I know poor Frank is like, oh, 360?
Yeah.
Snooze.
That's good
Snooze.
news.
Time upgrade, guys.
All right, Frank. All right. Big Xbox fan over here. And then let's see here. The last and biggest news that hopefully leads to a little bit more of a discussion is once again rumors of a new Nintendo Switch handheld console is once again in the headlines. And this time, a new console will be coming out in the end of 2024. Supposedly, there's some rumors it's also coming out early next year. It's
Sure.
a bit of a mixed bag. The one thing we know for sure is Nintendo's having a live, like, kind of fan/press event next month. Is that right, Miles?
Yeah, there's like a Nintendo Fan Fest in Seattle.
Which might be a good time to show a new console, perhaps.
Because I think, yeah, I mean it's bound to happen because I think the poor Switch is like so like hackable and kind of like it needs to update real bad at this point.
It's only been 6 years.
I'm surprised that Tears of the Kingdom ran pretty good on that thing.
That's true. That was Nintendo magic working at its best to make that happen. But it did work out. So I guess I want to open this up to you. I'll start with Richard. He's the new blood on the podcast. Richard, if we're making a new Nintendo Switch,
A new homie.
what...
I would be playing Mario Kart on it.
just one more Mario Kart. Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
Mario Kart 8. I don't need 9.
What's some features, things that you would want in a new Nintendo console, possibly a handheld, just like the Nintendo Switch? I'm assuming you would still like the Switch philosophy of hybrid on the go, on the big screen.
Yeah, I most definitely just play it. I don't think I even connected to the TV.
Oh, you're just a handheld
Just a
guy.
handheld guy. Yeah, I'm that
Ah.
dude. So I'm like, is that even possible? From what I'm gonna say, it's probably gonna be the Steam Deck then.
That's a good
just
point.
better graphics.
I think about that.
Better graphics, bigger space. That's all I could think about. Because I mean, they don't really need another Switch if you think about it.
Like, they're doing well.
I mean, they're doing. Yeah, it's still doing well. Like they could just continue feeding games to us, and we're still gonna. But yeah, I mean, better graphics. Why not?
What did you think? Or do you have the original Switch, or do you have the OLED model?
I have the OLED.
And do you like the OLED?
I do like it.
Well, bad news, because they're taking it away apparently on this first time around.
Son of a bitch.
So yeah, I was gonna ask, how would you feel about taking away that OLED and going back to just a boring LCD screen?
Oh no.
Not the way, not the way.
Not the way at all. Yeah, then I would have to get my lazy ass up and put it on the TV just to make it bigger. But
And what about like a screen size? So do you think would you want it bigger, smaller, about the same?
The OLED size is really good.
Okay.
For me at least, I think. Yeah, it's funny because when you play the Switch, like the regular one, and then you get the OLED, you tell the difference.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
You're like,
You don't-
especially if you're playing handheld, of course.
Yes. Because at first I was like, because I was just like, I'm gonna upgrade because fuck it, I can.
Right.
But then it's like, oh, this actually is. Because I remember when I think it was the same time Metroid Dread came out, and I was like, oh no, I can see the difference for sure on handheld mode.
No, yeah, most definitely. I didn't. You don't think it's gonna be a big difference, but then you get it, you're like, this is a lot nicer.
Is it a
Mhm.
difference because of how it looks, or the size of the screen?
I think both.
Yeah, it is both.
Both.
I would say the size for more.
I
for
think
me.
the biggest thing is the size.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I had to pick one, the difference between bezel, not screen and real screen was a pretty big thing. But then having the OLED to pop out with the visuals really showed off. Once again, I feel like in Metroid Dread was a good example because a lot of light and darkness when you're going in the tunnels and other things
the
in that game.
colors, most definitely.
They
a lot
kind of
better.
exactly. So yeah, that's I am bummed about not getting the OLED screen, but I guess in 2 years' time they'll charge us again to get the Switch 2 OLED model.
There
Yeah.
Our suppliers got connected to good suppliers. Yeah, was ready to go.
And that's what the thing is. The technology is going to get cheap enough that eventually they're going to get there, which we are getting there because I remember when OLED first came out, they were like, a small OLED TV was like $2,000-$3,000.
Right.
But now they're like, you get a pretty big one for $1,000. So we're getting there. What about you, Frank? What do you want in a Switch 2?
I mean, Richard pretty much said it. There's like, what are you gonna add? Second screen? Like,
Hey, don't
Switch
tempt,
DS?
Don't tempt Nintendo.
They'll do it. They'll do it.
And they'll find a way to make it good too. Bastards are smart.
jeez. I mean, I'm the opposite of Richard. Like, I hardly play it on the handheld.
Okay.
So I guess what I want is be able to have access to all the games.
Oh, the backwards compatibility.
Yeah, like
Oh, that's a pretty big thing.
not let them borrow it as long as I had the subscription. Let me buy any game I want
Oh,
Yeah, because
I
like
see.
right now you can.
You want the old virtual console
Yeah, like because they give you like the Nintendo thing,
online
and then
service?
the Super Nintendo one. And
Oh, with the
I'm
different
like,
tiers.
just let me buy it. Just let me buy it.
You
I
know,
don't-
Nintendo's laughing at you right now, right? It's like, you're not gonna own anything about it. You could rent it.
It's
Pretty
just,
much.
well, the problem with that is that like they have some good ones, but then like they don't have the obscure games that I like. And it's just like,
And they're probably never coming. That's the sad part. Is like those games are just. Hopefully, you have the original cartridge. Like
Yeah.
me.
Well, that's what things games like that become like relics. Or be like, like, hey, you gotta find it because no one. There's only way you can play this. This.
You gotta go
Mhm.
through a temple to get those.
True.
like what if I want to play Fire Emblem Awakening? Can I play it? Because that's it has the 2 screen thing.
You
Oh
can.
no, it doesn't. Does it? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is 2 screens.
Yeah, so
On 3DS.
3DS.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of a bummer. So yes, I'm gonna say that I want 2 screens.
You
Ask,
want 2 screens?
screw it.
Okay.
3. Let's
Oh.
go.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Just
So-
it
It's gonna be like-
unfolds. Just
Yeah.
keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Unfolds twice.
The controller stretch. You have to stretch your arms all the way.
Yeah.
But do you think they would actually try to do like an upgraded 3DS? Like, imagine they do this pop out with that.
It,
like,
I won't say it's impossible, but I feel like they try to leave that behind.
Well, to me, I feel like.
but I mean, the Switch is still touchscreen, right?
Right,
So
right.
I think maybe in theory there will be 2 modes, and like you put the card and stuff into the base, and that way that part of the screen's stretched to TV. The stretched to TV, and then the handheld part is like a second screen. So,
Oh, like a Wii U?
right.
yeah.
Was that the Wii U?
well, yeah, with the idea of you're looking at the big screen, but then you got a little screen in your
Oh, right, that
hand.
is the Wii U. Yeah, you explained the Wii U.
I'm saying.
Come on, Richard. You mean went to the sneak preview event of the Wii U?
Got some
I'm
pretty
saying
good photos
'cause,
of that.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe that's what to go because that way you're interactive. You can put this in that screen. Also, you can bring some of the Wii U games over easier.
Go back to one of the consoles that didn't sell at all.
Let's go to one of our biggest failures.
Let's go back to that. Yeah.
It's good times. Good times.
Well,
Hey.
I feel like they're gonna probably do something with the base that way. If you do something with all like say the processing power in the base itself,
Mm-hmm.
the games could run at 4K or whatever. The next.
Oh,
gen.
the next bump up to 4K. That's an
Yeah.
interesting thought.
Because I feel like the hand like hey, you can play how cool you can play handheld, you can play, but you only play 1080, right? But if you want to get the full true experience,
Right.
you put it into the
4K.
actual dock itself.
Okay,
Hmm.
yeah.
I guess I would take. I would like it to have the 4K because like that's just the standard now. Everything's 4K, 4K, 4K. But at the same time, that's like Nintendo has never really tried to do like the hard power processing. Since the GameCube was like the
Yeah.
last one, really. So I just don't see them doing that. But I kind of want them to do that. At least maybe some like AI upscaling or something like that.
Yeah, some kind of things.
It
so that
can't
way-
run on 4K. I don't think.
Well, I mean, not natively, but me like just like, if we able to say if I plug
Interpolation, is that the word?
if I put this game in a dock, would it run at a better frame rate? Say we play that in the machine, yes, or vice versa. Because it depends. It's a lot of
Even wait, are you talking about like a second dock?
no.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Because kind of like I guess kind of like the Switch dock or the Steam Deck kind of it's like kind of like getting more power in this thing. Whatever.
Right, by putting it in the dock.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like if you put that in the dock and things like that, but that way you could be able to take it to go
Mm-hmm.
and that and well it also depends if when I get to cloud streaming or something like that. So like hey, if I'm on the go, look, I can play this game here.
Mm-hmm.
But but to me, I think like I would like Switch games to like for instance to be backwards compatible and run better.
Oh, like give them like the PS4, PS5 treatment.
Yeah, I'm looking right now at the Link's Awakening.
That game is.
You know what? I don't want a dual screen. I want a huge screen like an iPad.
Okay.
That's how. That's how.
Interesting.
I
I'm
mean-
kind of curious how those controls are gonna work on that.
Mhm.
You just
Just glue them on.
yeah.
They put like there's like a big giant pad and then like the controller right
Uh-huh.
there.
That's fine. We could glue, duct tape it. We'll make it happen.
You're gonna be that guy on the bus taking up his space.
Just take up the whole road
Oh,
yourself.
sorry, this is where my new Switch 2
This is my
sitting.
Switch 2 sits here. There's no room for anyone
Sorry,
else.
guys.
Speaking about controllers, the one thing I would want, obviously, I want the hybrid handheld, just like the Switch. It worked before, and I think it works still today. Is just the ergonomics of the actual Switch. And granted, maybe I have slightly larger hands than some people, but I don't know, slightly larger. But even I can't use the I was gonna say nunchuck. Not funny. The Joy-Cons on the handheld mode very well or comfortably after like 30 minutes. Like the arthritis starts kicking in.
That's just age.
That's true. That's all. I mean, all right.
Wow.
You're not wrong, Frank. Just remember, you're the same age as me. But I've been playing with the
That's how
horror.
I know. It happens to me too.
There we go. We get the same pharmacist to get the pills.
She's a jerk.
She's not a redhead.
She's not a redhead. No, most definitely not.
She definitely can involve. What was I gonna say? Oh, but so I've been for like the last 6 months, a year now. I've been playing on the go a lot more often. But I've been using the Hori Split Pad Pro, I think they call it, and it just feels a lot better on your hands. Especially with the bigger OLED screen, because I feel like the other thing is because once again my slightly larger hands on the original Joy-Cons, I feel like my hands are like covering the screen sometimes. It feels like, but with the Hori gamepad thing, it's just a little bit farther out. It feels better. My hands are farther away from the screen, so I can really enjoy what's happening on my nice, beautiful OLED screen. So I'm hoping we'll get that in my Switch too. And last question before we move on: what dream launch game do we want on our Switch 2?
Emblem, of course.
Fine. Well, I mean that's the easy one. That's the easy one.
Dream.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Odyssey 2 or some like the Mario.
The new 3D Mario.
Yeah, because there's some new 3D model. Because I think
Wouldn't hurt.
we're due to that, and I know like playing the Bowser's Fury when they put that out, like
right.
they're leaning towards something like that.
Slightly more open world.
Because that's what we have to do these days.
The kids like the Tears of the Kingdom and the Breath of the
Oh,
Wild.
We just bring back Galaxy.
Yeah, I know, right? That was pretty good. I'll take a Galaxy
I'll take
too.
another
Or
upgraded
3, I
Galaxy.
guess, right?
3, yeah, Galaxy.
Oh right, Galaxy. My brain always mixes Galaxy and Odyssey all the time. I don't know why, but it does.
Is this something like that they haven't announced, or something that?
Well,
It's just a rumor.
There's
It's
not
just
rumors.
nothing
'cause-
official.
Because
yeah.
I think they're gonna come. It's taking so long that I feel like Metroid Prime 4 is gonna be on.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point there, Frank.
But if you want me to say something that hasn't been announced,
mm-hmm.
I had it, but I forgot it. So someone else go.
It was so good.
It was good. It was
What if
good.
they
What
just
if-
I remember now.
Okay.
I wanted them to make
Uh-huh.
Marvel vs. Capcom 4, and that it's like a Switch exclusive for like the
Okay.
first year. I think that would be great. Like
I look for Sonic Adventure 3 coming out.
a real.
See, I don't know why. I knew Ray was one of us was gonna say
Shenmue
that.
4 will also be debuting with launch.
Yeah, at the same time too. Same
we're
day.
talking crazy.
Day one. Day one release.
Persona 6 also exclusive.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
With, that's a Radio Future or whatever they come up next.
Crash Bandicoot, Jack and Daxter.
Scratch that. I want Final
Last
Fantasy
of Us 3.
Tactics. Part
Ooh. Oh, all right.
So I want Ramza back.
All right.
And
All
all
right.
those great people.
I'm all aboard on this idea.
Agrias.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
bad.
Agrias is not even the redhead. I like her.
That's saying something.
Means a lot. Means a lot. I'm trying to think. The Mario makes the most sense time-wise.
But is it your dream?
No, it's not my dream. What I really want,
Feel free.
I just want the simplest thing, and yet Nintendo's yet
Sonic
to do
Mania
it
2.
since the 64. I just want a good Star Fox sequel.
Oh yeah, no, that ship sailed left.
They keep remaking 64 and somehow make it worse every time. It's almost impressive.
So Dinosaur Planet, got it. Check it.
Yeah, more Dinosaur Planet 2
Oh,
coming out.
that
Uh-huh.
was bad.
I can't believe that's your dream. That's a little low.
It's a nightmare, perhaps. That one's the
You
nightmare.
think they would do another Smash?
Dream bigger.
Ooh, that's
They will. They have. There's too much money.
you're gonna do it.
They have to. Is it going to be good? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. 'cause
I mean, they haven't failed,
All I heard
though.
is that apparently when Sakura was talking about that a couple weeks ago on this YouTube channel, whatever,
Mhm.
is like I can't see him do it without me. So I mean, yeah, I might have to come back.
Wow. He needs to come back because he is the guy behind the
Like,
Smash.
A Smash on launch, I think would be pretty.
That was pretty crazy. Even when Ultimate came out pretty early on the Switch, didn't it?
It did. It wasn't a launch title, but
But it was like
come out.
maybe the end of first year or
Or,
pretty close to
Yeah,
it.
maybe even close.
Which is like pretty insane for because what was it on Melee?
But I've been here with the bigger discussions like, but what you could possibly do with Smash?
That's the thing. We have to really go out there and get every like third party, you know, Sony, Microsoft characters.
Let's do also Brawl Brawl like Sony does, right? You know, the Big Daddy, Big Daddy from that franchise.
Nathan Drake and Raiden and shit. I'm out. Cole, who remembers Cole? Anyone?
Oh, what's that game? He throws lightning.
Yeah, that was just shtick. Infamous. Whatever happened to Infamous? That was okay.
That was bad, right?
I think now they're.
That was a very like game of the genre. The whole like, ooh, are you the light or the dark? Are you Renegade or Paragon?
Yeah,
I remember Mass Effect. Just stare at my giant helmet looking at.
I'm trying. Where Sucker Punch is? Are they working on something else?
They're. What are they? They did the Samurai game, right? That was them.
that was them, right?
Yeah, what are they up to?
Oh.
They're making the new Smash Brother.
They're making
That's what they're doing.
Makes sense to me.
Last of Us Part 3.
Oh my goodness.
Or the prequel to Last of Us. The First of Us.
The First of Us. But not The Last of Us. Not by far. Not if it keeps making money. Definitely not The Last of Us. All right. I think everyone else more Switch talk. I think we got most of it out of our system.
Yeah.
Just bring it out, man.
That'd be nice.
All I know is that next month is going to be a lot of tech stuff along with the Switch. Oh, because there's Nintendo, there's the Apple stuff, there's
all right,
the Google stuff, because it's
the phones.
It's the fall time tech show next
September,
next
baby.
So we'll see what happens there. All I know is that real quick, I had to stop my head because I thought it was kind of neat. So there were a new trailer yesterday for it's a long title, Like a Dragon, because Gaiden, the man who got his
erase his name.
Whatever
that game.
I have no idea what you just said.
The Kiro game. That's what the Yakuza 6.0 or 5.5, whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
or 6.5. They said that in that game there's a trial for I guess Infinite Wealth, which is basically Yakuza 8. When you're in that game, so when you bought the game digital, because it's only a digital only game, in November, that you get a free trial for Yakuza 8, basically.
Oh,
So that comes with the game.
Little taster.
So once again, why is it digital only? Considering all the Yakuza games are physical.
Oh, right. That's like the new thing. Because Alan Wake 2 is also going to be digital only, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, so I understand because it's a lot cheaper, right? Because there's no manufacturing of physical disc and, boxes and this and shipping it out.
As Ray says, here it comes. Here.
Welcome to the digital future.
I really like having, but that's what's going to, right?
And that's why Play Asia is going to be the store I'm going to go to and buy a copy of the Asia version.
Yeah, it's like the sad thing. If like you want like special editions of like certain Japanese games, you have to like buy the Asian edition or Japanese edition to have a physical copy because you just won't get it out here.
Well, we just moved to Japan.
There we go.
Problem solved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My Nihongo's Josu, is that the correct
statement? No.
Just by saying that,
just delete that right now because we don't need emails from this later on.
Welcome to the Weebcast.
Well, all right, Frank. Nobody has any more news, then we'll take another commercial break.
You want another commercial break? All right.
Oh, I thought you were doing it between sections.
Oh.
If you don't want it, then
nah, we're good. We keep going, Frank.
Right. Yeah, you didn't even bring us anything, so.
Yeah, I didn't want. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. After you said about 16, how could you?
Hey, I just say the truth.
But it's a good game. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Please buy. Please consider.
Tell them I sent you.
Final Fantasy 16, right? Yeah.
Anyways, the last section of our podcast is going to be our summer memories. A little bit different. Get to know each other. Well, not know each other, but let the audience know a little bit more about us outside of games and anime.
The thing?
Possibly.
Do we have a life outside of this?
I don't know. I'm going to find out right now.
Don't we all just work and get old?
So I think I'd like to start off with Miles, and I want to hear your summer memory.
Let's see. The one that comes to my mind.
The best one.
Only the best.
Well, to me, it was like the one time me and Ray went to Anime Expo. I think it was my first time. I went there, not the second. First time when Bandai was shutting down. And so because they were just stopping making.
And you were happy about that?
Well, no, it was that their booth had all their DVDs or Blu-rays on sale, and so I bought a K-On because I could.
Cute girls doing cute things.
And did we buy Luxor? No, that's
No, we bought Lucky Star the year or two
Before.
before. Yes.
Yeah, but I never that one because that was the first time. That was the last time because those are rare now.
Oh,
yeah,
actually, you had the singles.
the-
Remember the time once again where you could buy singles of DVD Blu-rays
I
of
think
anime,
we- I
all
think we-
4
I-
episodes worth?
I like to say we also bought Magica Modica.
That was also a different
Ooh,
year,
Such a great anime.
and also cost me a lot of money. A lot of money.
It was,
I hate you, Aniplex.
and it's
Fuck you.
99 more to go.
Pretty much.
yeah. So you like this arc, huh? Okay. How much you like this arc? Maybe, well, that make me like $40. How about $120?
Yeah, how about that? See, oh, cool. That makes sense. Cool.
And here's part 1 of that.
Yeah, here's 3 episodes.
Three
Not even
episodes,
4.
yeah,
3
three.
episodes.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
You get 4 if you're lucky.
Fuck me.
So that's your-
That's mine, I guess.
Getting a good deal on anime. Well, staying true to the podcast. Staying true to the podcast. I guess I shouldn't say too much because I'm probably getting the same thing right
I
now.
thought we were gonna learn something outside of that. So that was your favorite anime expo visit?
Yeah, that's the one that because I got and no, also it was like I got used to the group because going like you're going after a couple conventions like you have to talk to people or
You actually talk to people?
that's debatable, but the fact you meet other people like there's people like me out there
And
now Expo itself now is very too mainstream for us.
Oh, that's
It costs you arm and a leg, and you have to. It's a very busy, pain in the butt thing to go to. Back then, it was fine because it was still. It wasn't as cool as it is now. I
Well,
guess.
now it's impossible to get in and get out of there.
when was the last time
Yeah.
you went?
That is a good question.
What?
No, it wasn't
What?
that long ago.
No.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
I remember kind of going with you guys.
Yeah, I remember.
And
Oh, it depends. Oh, I mean the last time we went?
The last time we went, it was whenever
2015, 15,
15, 16, maybe
14.
17 would be the latest. I feel like.
I think we
Because
went.
that was when we went to the Battle of Bands thing, yeah.
Oh, that was forever. That was with Richard was there.
Ooh, that was a long.
That was a
time ago.
long time ago now.
That was an experience.
That was
for sure.
before cell phones.
That was a long.
Oh man. Do you remember that, Richard?
Yeah, I do.
Do you,
Sadly.
do you remember he said it? Watch this guy's gonna bust out the Dragon Ball Z opening.
That's, oh man.
Woo!
Yeah, that was an experience for sure.
Thanks, Val's. Make us family real quick. Thanks.
All
Thanks
right,
a lot.
wow. So
People
you
getting wild. I didn't.
That was
those-
something.
Yeah, people got that wild.
Oh, Anime Expo.
so you got a good deal, and that made it your favorite memory. Oh,
Mhm.
that's cute.
There you go.
Hey, that sounds like a good.
There you go.
No, it's a good one.
It's good.
And better than I mean, I don't even know what
No
I'm gonna say.
sarcastic at all
Better-
in this force.
Better than what I'm gonna say right now.
All right, Richard.
Oh,
You're up.
Q. That's my cue.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, damn, that's better than what I was doing. I've just been going a lot of arcades. Yeah, who doesn't like the beer and video games?
Can't go wrong.
Get some Mario. Oh yeah, Mario Kart. Get some
Even
real,
when he's not at
Mario
home, he's
Kart
still
action
playing
there.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, but honestly, that's my summer's been.
You have a consistent summer. It's a formula.
Yep, it is.
Cut and paste.
How about a favorite beer and a favorite game?
Favorite beer?
And it can't be Mario Kart.
I don't make that beer anymore. The Mario
Don't
Kart
tie
beer.
his game. Don't tie his hands.
I'm
That
saying,
totally is.
But that was my favorite. No, I mean if you ever go to arcades, I like the Papa Shot. It's not a video game, but basketball.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what it's called. Sorry.
Right, it took me a second.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
physical games. Oh,
Physical
physical
games. So yeah, I like doing the physical stuff.
I love NBA Jam.
A little NBA, yeah. Not that, but
Right.
But yeah, air hockey. Can't go back
That's true. That's true.
to the OG. Favorite drink, anything that's IP.
IP. All right. Can't go
It's
wrong.
my IP. I'm an IP man.
All right. All right.
Simple.
This is why I like you, Rich. This is why I like
Yeah, that's where we get along.
you.
Give me a beer and let me play.
There you go.
There's a man that knows what he wants and likes.
Gotta respect that.
All right, Ray, you're up.
All right. I had 2 memories in mind. I will pick, I guess, the Anime Expo memory. It is a different year.
Honey?
This is It was my second time going to Anime Expo, and it was the 1 year in the years I've been attending Anime Expo where it was in Long Beach. Before then, it was always in Anaheim for a long time, and then it was Long Beach for a year, and then it's been in downtown LA, I think, pretty much since then.
Do you remember the year?
It was probably like 07, 08. Yeah, I know. And this is why I remember it so vividly, because it was technically my second time at Anime Expo, but really it was my first time at Anime Expo, because my first time at Anime Expo was the year before. I went with some other friends for like a day and a half, but it really was maybe a day. And by a day, I mean like an afternoon, because there was a whole story where I won't get into details. Basically, my parents around me decided, we need to get new cell phones. Get your ass back here. We're gonna get new cell phones. And I'm like, I'm in downtown LA or Anaheim trying to do a convention. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. We're getting phones today. If you want a phone, you better show up. Oh, okay. Hey, guy that just drove me. We've just been here for about an hour. You got to take me home now. Let's go. So that was a very bad Anime Expo for a lot of reasons.
You were supposed to do good.
Yeah, I had to set. See, that's why. So that was the bad memory. And so next year I said, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna have a good memory. And so
you're pulling the Frank here.
A little bit. I'm gonna have to. It's a big arc. It's a big arc. Redemption story. Here we go.
Bait and switch.
Exactly. Haha. So here comes the good part. So the next year was the Long Beach one, and that one was the one I'm gonna get a 4-day pass. And I went my classic loner, sad otaku self. I went by myself, no friends, no one I knew. I went by myself, and I had a fucking blast, because this is like really my first time ever going to con, seeing what they do, seeing people dress up in person, seeing all the different events, seeing the voice actors, seeing the actual Japanese animators come to play and hang out here and hang with us. Bunch of weebs and otakus, whatever the kids call ourselves these days, and just nerd out and just soak it all in and walk in with all my fellow nerds. And I had my system where I'd park the car in the parking garage, but I knew exactly where to park, so I'd park right there where the door was to get walking right into the convention center and this and that. So I had like the system down with, it's like a 4-day convention. But within the second day I already like mastered the con. And it was just kind of interesting, riveting to see all the big banners, the advertisements, the companies. It's a sight to see when it's your, basically for me, my first time really getting into it. I had my little packed lunch, my little hot Cheetos. Yum. It was a good lunch. So yeah, it was just like
hot Cheetos, a good lunch.
Well, it was it was like I had my nice ham sandwich and little hot Cheetos.
Put the Cheetos aside.
Because the hot Cheetos, like, you would never have hot Cheetos. You don't have hot Cheetos when you're home, but I was away.
Big bad boy.
Yeah, pretty much. There in my car. So, we're living it up, just soaking it all in. And it's just funny because, like, I'm living it up. I'm having, like, big smile, walking around like, oh, this is cool. And everyone else, if you ask anyone, if they went to the anime con, they're like, worst anime con,
really?
Worst anime expo in years. And I heard it all throughout the con. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, I can't. Just people frustrated and mad because all the changes from Anaheim to Long Beach. And I was just soaking it all in like, I don't give a fuck. I'm having a great time. So that's all I remember is everyone being miserable. Me like, yeah, for the one time in my life, I wasn't the grumpy old man. I was enjoying it with my fellow youths at the time. So that is my happy-go-lucky summer anime expo story.
That was the best year of your life.
A little bit.
Cheetos made it.
Cheetos does it all. Can't go wrong.
17 years ago.
I don't know why. In my head, I don't know why.
Possibly 15.
I'm gonna go with that. I feel a little better.
I never now. I don't know. I have never this one moment of Expo because
the anime expo
going down this road here. But I remember one time when me and Ray were kind of curious. They were showing Sailor Moon. I think they were showing Sailor Moon at one of the hotels, something like that.
Right, we were just trying to get away from the crowd and like, let's go to the cool AC room, watch whatever random episode to Sailor Moon. I don't give a fuck, whatever. We just need the AC in the water. For whatever the fucker was packed like the and like you think like, oh, is this like the climax? Is this like a big episode? It's like episode 5 of the damn show. Like nothing's happening. They're doing the same,
but
slaying the monster of the week bullshit.
That whole room was packed to the gills.
Standing room.
So like the AC was non-existent then probably.
Yeah, very much. So like that was the one room that AC basically I guess was the answer.
But everyone was there. We're going like, what the heck?
Like what the fuck? We were just trying to get away from the heat for a little bit, and nope.
You love Sailor Moon too?
I mean, I did see all of it, all 200 episodes. So.
Oh my.
Yes,
Now you can
that
watch
was an
all that
adventure.
now on YouTube now.
Yes. Well. Oh well.
Someday I'd like to get extra better restoration than whether the crap the Blu-ray one was.
It's mixed results like a lot of Blu-ray transfer. Oh well. Back to you, Frank. Tell me, Frank, what is one of your favorite summer memories?
Jeez. I was thinking about it. And you told me about it before the podcast. I'm like, I don't really have memorable summers, or at least they just feel like every other season. But
It's the favorite
was-
episodes.
no. Yeah.
It's Goku powering up for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I do enjoy seeing a power up.
There you go.
Well, I was kind of looking back into my history, like posts and stuff. And I'm like, oh, when was summer? Like, what was I?
What did I do last summer? This
Yeah,
summer.
and I think I'll mix it with 2 summers. So 2017 and 2018, I had like those were, prime years in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2017 was the first time I went to Anime Expo.
Oh, okay.
And
I like
like
the
you.
Anime Expo podcast, by the way.
I went alone.
There you go.
That's
That's where we get along, Frank.
And I thought about talking to people, but I didn't. I was like,
Mm.
no, not ready.
No redheads.
That was one of the few times actually. It was like, hey, how's it going? So I look at the. So I see you like Naruto. Me too.
And then I did take some pictures, but then I felt weird. Like, I felt weird asking them. Like, is that weird? Like, I don't know.
A lot of redheads.
Yeah.
I'd be very honest. I always think this like tangent. I always think it's weird when you have like people are like costume right. It's like, what do you do with this? Do you take pictures? Do you buy pictures? Do you,
Are we supposed to pay them? Yeah.
Like I always feel very awkward. Like that's cool. That's neat. How do I yay? Do I
Yeah,
thumbs up?
It's
Do
kind
I-
of weird. It's kind of weird. After
Especially
To ask like for a
nowadays,
photo, you mean, or what do you mean?
Yeah, but when you, I guess how would you interact with like the?
Well, you just say, "Can I take a photo?"
I know, but like to me, it's always kind of like
Maybe not a. Hey, can I take a photo?
I mean, yeah, you gotta clean the drew off your mouth
Yeah.
first, and then go. Sir, why are you breathing on my shoulder?
or don't just do it without asking.
Maybe that, no, that would argue is
What's
maybe
apparently what Frank
creepier.
did? Or
Don't lean down and
Please keep your phones forward, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Keep your
Please leave the
phone-
girls' bathroom.
Keep your phone. Oh,
Yikes. Oh, anime kids.
don't hang on the floor with your phone on. And
Please don't. Don't be this person.
Oh, but I understand.
It can be.
Me, I think, because people charge now, right?
They can.
Or
Yeah, it depends. They could. I think well, I don't know because I haven't been in a while, but I assume most people are just like, oh, that's cool, and maybe be like, here's my business card. Remember to like and follow
Right,
me,
like and
or
follow, yeah,
or hashtag me or whatever the at me on whatever.
Tag me,
yeah.
Learn me, X me, whatever. you
Don't
wanna
forget to
call it.
credit me or something of the sort. I
Right,
imagine
right. I'm pretty
that's
sure that's how
I
it
never
goes,
ran
so.
into those people. For me, it was just they were nice. It was like,
right. It could be, and that's the thing. I think it's just different levels of people who just want to,
Right.
people who want to cosplay and people who like I cosplay. This is my job.
Yeah. Let me go get some surgery.
Yeah, I need to increase my numbers this month, so get a pass on my
For me-
business card.
For me, it was like you would see those really good ones, and then like people would swarm. I'm like, no, too good. Can't take a picture. Like, I don't want to wait in line.
It's just intimidating you.
Yeah. It's like,
That's true. That's true.
but yeah, I want to mention 17 because that was like the first time I went.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think I've mentioned it. I coach soccer and I've been coaching for a while, and that's kind of when my team started winning championships. And like I had like 3 teams that went on like a 40-0 run.
Oh wow.
So it started in 2017 and ended like 2018. And then also the 2018 was the last time I had like a real family trip to Mexico with my family. And like everybody was there, and I would wake up in the morning like 10 a.m. like because I'd have to work and
right.
play Xenoblade for like 4 hours until 4
And there's my Frank JRPG.
or I had this gay like that. When I go to Mexico, it's when I put in those 500 hours.
Yeah,
Give me the
that-
big
that-
games.
that-
Give me the
that-
big
that-
games.
I remember playing this gay. I remember playing Fire Emblem over there. I remember playing Smash Brothers and actually editing levels and stuff. Because that was the one game we had, like the one game that I could play with other people. So it's just like that's probably where I did like my most heavy training. That was the training arc for me.
Didn't punch no bears
I'm like,
in the mountains.
Figured out how to
That happened, right?
how to dodge. I'm like, oh. And then my brother figured out how to dodge. I'm like, damn, all right, now we're rivals again. So I would play like all day, and then once the sun started coming down, I would run to the park, and then after I finished my workout, I would play soccer with some random kids, and then they would beat me.
That's a good memory.
Then we'll go home.
The train makes you stronger, though. Right?
There
You
go.
know what?
There
Yeah,
it is.
it is. Because you know what? The level in Mexico is much higher than the level here.
I believe it. I believe
Yeah, and then
it.
I'll come back. I'm like, easy mode. And then I would come home and shower and all that, and then I'll go to the plaza, which I don't know how to say that in English.
Blah, blah.
Is plaza in English?
I think that's
Oh my
it.
God.
It's most definitely Plaza.
Oh well. I mean, they feel different because you go to like small town in Mexico, and then over here it's like, it's just a couple of shots.
That's true. That's
and
true.
over there is like a place where you go and
Right.
you hang out and you
It's
see
a-
other people, and you're like, hey,
Maybe
what's up?
over
There's-
here, it might be a Plaza.
Place.
Blaze.
It's a place. Yeah, and then over there in the town where my mom was born, the best burgers in the world. Like,
Ooh.
and it's just like I've never had another burger that's even close to it. Like, so I kind of want to go back. And then they had these fries where I try to replicate them and I can't. Basically, it's just fries, and they put weenies.
Oh, like little sausages.
Yeah,
little
like little
weenies?
sausage weenies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just tastes so good.
Just mixed in with the fries.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
I would put like ketchup, cream, and then like lemon, which is like a weird combo.
It's interesting.
And then sometimes some chile.
Well, of
It's
course.
just a good time. Training every day, playing every day, and then eating.
I play hard and I work hard.
There you
I
go.
will-
All the time.
I will
eat better.
I would rotate the food. Fries, tacos, burgers, fries, tacos, burgers. That's it.
There you go.
So
It's like a train arc over here.
yeah. And then I went back, won the championship.
There you
Again.
go.
I became an MLS star, and now here I am.
Strive for the galaxy.
No, we were doing really good. We had a good system going. We had like a farm way. Like we would grow 'em from, the little kids, and then we would pass them to the.
Oh, okay.
So we always had a good team because like we had those kids for like 5 years, and
Mhm.
so stupid COVID ruined everything. Now we have to start from scratch. But yeah, those are the most memorable for me. Like just experiencing Anime Expo, the start of the Empire, and then
Empire of the Dynasty.
yeah, it was,
the end of the Empire.
and then
It was like Star Wars. Claps real quick.
probably my most memorable vacation and like the best training arc I had, video game and actual physical.
There.
And then I come back, continue the Empire, and then just COVID
There you go.
ended everything. Like, dude, I think after COVID I was depressed for like 2 years.
I argue.
Who wasn't? I would argue.
I was still depressed now.
Right now we're rebooting now. We're starting things
Uh-huh.
again.
This podcast, how can you be so down with this amazing podcast you get every 2 weeks?
No. If I was still in that state, I wouldn't be here.
There you
I
go.
wouldn't be. I want to be a downer, but COVID.
It was so much
anyone that
cheering
was
for
affected
COVID.
by it, but yeah.
I mean, the actual COVID thing, it did cut my like coaching stuff. But I remember that's when I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then I played I would caught up on One Piece, which if you
That's
know, that's a daunting task.
That it is.
To me, I know. I think when there was the COVID stuff, I think I went through all the Yakuza games.
Oh yeah, you were recusing
Because
the marathon there.
Yeah, because my job in particular, they shut us down. So it's like, well, I guess I'm home. I was going to start the series for some reason.
All right,
Started with
You were
zero.
excited.
A lot of time on his hand.
Yeah.
And for me, nothing changed. I put on a mask and went to work. That's what changed for me.
Very much.
Yeah, I remember like I would clean the whole house. I would go work out. I was so bored that I was like, I should clean the other side of the freeway. Like I was like, and then but yeah, COVID was fun. It's just
Good times.
all
Good
the-
times.
COVID was
People
fun.
were dying every day. Good times. Good times.
I mean,
Just don't go outside. But other than that, it was fine.
It was cool until people I knew started. dying.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, that
that's
switches it real
that's a
quick.
problem. That's a problem.
Yeah, maybe Kojima was right.
Not
Death
cool,
Stranding
not
Death
cool.
Stranding and whatnot.
I was
Not
like,
a-
shit, this is real.
Oh, Kojima.
Just remember was always right. Just remember, never who did it first.
Yeah, huh? Got it right with Metal Gear Solid 2.
So yeah,
Do it again.
that wraps it up for my summer. It was
Okay.
pretty cool.
Did anyone else
Winter's
have
better
any
though. Like yeah,
Oh, I'm looking forward to fall.
Fall is my favorite season
Fall,
for
yeah.
sure. This is true.
And it depends. I'm looking forward to fall, and also because there's a lot of new tech stuff comes out.
The
Things
big
I-
dollar signs.
Things I got to remember. Things I got in case I got questions for my folks and that. It's like, okay, this is what this is. Don't be scared of this. This is nothing. Please be aware of that. Especially if we're dealing with more older adults. When you try to explain, like, I'm freaking out. What is this thing? No, it's that. Please, that's fine. Let's all calm down. No.
Being the tech guy.
are you talking about fall or?
Phones.
Oh,
He's talking about.
Oh,
He's talking about phones that come out in the fall.
he saved it for the fall podcast.
No.
Keep it. All right, save it for another time. It's the summer podcast. Summer's not dead just
We
yet.
haven't done the fall memories one.
Yeah.
That's a few more months from now.
Oh my god.
Does anyone have any other summer stories? Just want to make sure because I have guess one more just because Richard's here and I'm kind of curious to go down memory lane. I guess with them a little bit.
Okay,
Go for it, go for it.
So
I
this
wanna know
was probably 20. No, don't remember. It was
Nice
back
night.
when we.
What the heck? 2027.
Yeah, it was last year, 2027. I don't know. This is probably at least 10, 15 years ago, something like that. But this is when it was. I think it was like literally like this time of the year, the end of August, and we were in Las Vegas. I think maybe for the first time together with a group of friends at the time.
And you remember what happened
I
there?
remember.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So here's the thing.
We didn't
I
do Vegas
remember.
right.
Here's the thing: is I remember, and I remember a little too well because I was kind of like the chaperone of the group, if you will, because a lot of the people like first time they're in Vegas, everyone's like, oh, the lights, this and that. But to me, it's like I've been to Vegas since I was a kid, for better, for worse.
We've been there a lot of times.
So like I kind of know how the city works, where everything's at, how to get about this and that. So I was kind of a bit of the chaperone / the tour guide. And so when you're the chaperone tour guide, the adult of the group, and you will, and we're all, young, mid, early 20-something-year-old, but I feel like the old man of the group for sure on that trip. And I remember this memory of we got ourselves to Circus on the Strip there, for those who are familiar with the Las Vegas Strip, which is the very, very north end of the Strip. And let me tell you, at the time, there was nothing but Circus on the very north end of the Strip, because then you'd have to walk all the way back down to, what is it, like the Mirage and the Wynn, which is a pretty long, like a 30-minute walk at least.
It's still a walk for sure.
And it was late August in Nevada desert heat. So the sun is down. It must have been like, I don't know, 10, 12 o'clock at night. I think Richard was sipping on his big football slushie from Circus.
Yeah, you have to do Vegas. You gotta go get the football slushies.
And to me, I'm just like, that's like such a, like, oh, that's what the tourists do. I don't do that. I'm the grumpy old man in this group. I don't do that. And I just remember we walked from Circus all the way back to the other side, south of the Strip, which it was like a 30, 40 minutes of a group. Everyone's hammered, having a good time. I'm sobered as fuck. It's like the sun is down. It's like, it feels like it's 95 degrees. And how the fuck is it 95 degrees when the sun is down? And I just remember puffing on this cigarette going, and it just felt like I was digesting and inhaling the flames of hell itself, being like, oh, these goddamn kids, and oh, this stupid heat. Oh, I can't eat it. Oh,
Look at
God.
that bastard with his football.
And then to see Richard, having a good time, oh, I hate football. I hate that little slushy football.
Or one football away from blacking out.
Pretty much. And I just remember just thinking that. And then, so we did that. We went on our adventure. Eventually worked our way back to the Strip. We had some fun. I got a little bit, I cheered up a little bit, like, oh, all right, Vegas with friends. Yeah, getting a good time. And then it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, we need to go. Let's call it a night. Let's go back to our hotel. You know what, guys? One of our friends in a group, I forgot to cash in one of my tickets. Okay, which casino was it?
Oh, man.
And it was, I forget which it was, but I think the Stardust still existed. It was like the Stardust or Harrah's, one of the ones that's like north middle. And we were like all the way on the south end of the Strip by then. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, I think maybe Richard, I don't know if Richard was with, I remember I went with, and I don't even remember who it was, to be honest, at this point, but it was a small group of us, and we walked another like 40 minutes to go cash in, like, I think it was like $30. and it was just, and I was back to, oh, these goddamn kids and their can't. And I told them, you can't cash in the paper tickets at different casinos. You gotta cash in the paper ticket at the same casino.
Literally, like everyone probably like first time.
Yeah, and that's
like, they had no idea. And
exactly, no one knew how it worked, and I tried my best to explain it.
Yeah, I was like,
but the kids are like, they're not really listening.
Like, why can't we just cash it here? Man, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
If I just put it in this machine, I'm pretty
it's
sure
the same. The sad part is it is the same fucking machine at all the casinos, but it just don't work that way.
Oh no, I don't know if I took that walk.
Yeah, but there was.
I probably did though, because I was probably still on a good one.
Yeah, I feel like
having enough energy.
There was a 50-50 shot you were there on that, because a lot of the group left and just went back to the hotel, but there was like me and like 2 or 3 other people. We went back for that $30 or something insignificant, which I would have just given the goddamn $30.
The $30 in Vegas,
yeah,
especially on the slot machines.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Trash.
So that's,
paper is trash.
I guess that was it's one of those, at the time it was, bitter, hatred, spiteful, but looking back on it, a little bit of a smile, like, aw, dumb shit we used to do in our youth.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Now I think we wouldn't even survive standing out there.
No, I would have a car, I would have called an Uber, I would have done everything else in my power, but I would have not walked from fucking circus all the way down to the rest of the strip.
95 degrees, just humid.
Oh, it was
trash.
super humid. Oh my god, it was just a swamp. Just heat, no sun.
Like this.
Can't wait to do it again.
You guys going next week?
Just like this podcast. And yes, I'm also going next week. No circus still on the agenda. No circus.
Did we get cigarettes? You actually feel like you actually could fit the role now.
Huh?
God, that kids in the front.
Get closer to my Fire Emblem engage. My teeth. I gotta work on my bad British accent.
Well, we could get like Big Boss.
I could get my hat and salute on the grave. I could get my cosplay and Metal Gear Big Boss.
You mean old boss?
Oh, now that's the sad part now. Now I'm just the old boss.
Old snake, I guess.
That's the thing.
With the octo camel.
Yeah, I'm the meme where it has the young snake and then goes to the old snake real quick. That's me now. Future TikTok there.
You just reminded me of something kind of crazy that happened to me.
Hit me.
It wasn't summer because I don't think the marathons run during the summer, but it's a little bit before. Anyways, but it might have been because I always go to Mexico in summer. I was coming back from Mexico and I was landing in Tijuana, for those that don't know.
That's true.
And I came alone. That was the first time I was flying alone. And my brother was like, I'll pick you up. But I don't want to just pick you up. I want to do stuff in TJ. And I'm like, fine. So I landed around midday.
Oh boy.
And then he's like, all right, let's go get some tacos. And he took me to some super sketchy street, which it's called Acahuila. I don't know if anybody knows about it here.
Not heard of it.
Basically, it's a famous street where, think of it like Skid Row. But it's not homeland, it's prostitutes.
Oh, the red light district.
So there, you're walking. I'm walking on the sidewalk, and then I just keep hearing like, and I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, you meant these type of tacos.
and then my brother's like, yeah, they're just across the street. So I'm like, and then you would see like old ladies, medium ladies, and like little girls, and it's like, this is a very sketchy place. Like,
all because I like anime, doesn't me?
No, let's bring it back.
And then they're like, yeah, cheap.
So
it was just like my brother was just laughing because he wanted to see my reaction. So we went past it. We got to the tacos. Absolutely worst tacos I've ever had in my life. Oh, dry, cold, no flavor. And then we see this truck just booming in, and it just like almost crashes in the sidewalk we're in. It has a machine gun in the background.
Oh, fun times.
There are these guys in black. I'm like, I think they're cops, but they look more like, they're about to heist the place.
Right.
And then, so they're like, manos a la pared, like, and like, get to the wall. But, they say it in Spanish.
Well, yeah, right.
And I'm like, they're looking for somebody. And they're like, I said, get on the wall. Oh, they're talking to us. All right. So, they're trying to get us, out of a dangerous way. So I move back. And it's like, turn the fuck around. Oh, we're being arrested.
Oh.
So we're on the wall and they're patting us down. They even opened up like I think it was my brother's gum. They're like looking for drugs. I'm assuming.
Right.
I guess we looked suspicious. And then, because it was me,
What did you say about Final Fantasy 16?
it was my brother. It was
I got arrested for this hot take.
We promised the hottest takes here on this podcast, and we deliver.
It was my brother. It was my brother's girlfriend's brother,
Ah.
and then it was me. And I was just like, I mean, we didn't do nothing wrong, so we're good. I don't know why they're being so rough. Like, oh, you could be a little nicer. And then my brother, I don't know.
I like a nice gentle touch.
I don't know how he was doing, but my brother's how do you call it, cuñado?
Yeah, brother-in-law.
Yeah, my brother's brother-in-law. He was like, I didn't do nothing. I'm okay.
He's probably been like his third time pat down. He even knows what goes down.
He was like, in the end, they just let us go. And then I was like, okay, you had your fun. You made me go through, prostitute lane.
Come on down.
You gave me horrible tacos. I haven't slept.
That is a long day.
Can we go home? It's like, no, we have to go clubbing.
There it is.
Man.
So we went clubbing, and it was just terrible. It smells like smoke. Horrible music. I just waited in the lobby. I wish I had a Switch back then. And then, so it was just hours of bored. We left, and I don't know if you've gone to TJ, but you have to cross the border, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
And so then
My
brother starts saying,
Uh-oh.
and then I'm like, but we're not crossed. There's no bathroom. He's like, I don't want to go back because we've been here for like a shitload of time. So we got a cup, and he went there.
The trucker's method.
Yep.
And then once we crossed, the guy was like, if you're lucky, which not really lucky, you get searched, and we got searched.
Oh god.
And then he looked.
Oh boy.
It was like the Dumb and Dumber scene.
It sounds like this is like a movie now.
Yeah.
You don't want to drink that, sir.
He looked at it, and it was like he wanted to ask about it, but then I feel like he was like, okay, you know what? I think that's me.
I'm starting to
Yeah, and my brother was super drunk. His friend was super drunk, and then I was just like, this day won't end. We crossed the border, thankfully, and then my brother's like, I can't drive. I need to sleep. So we slept. I don't think I slept very good. So we finally woke up at 6 a.m. And then we get home, and then he's like, go play soccer. We went to go play soccer. First 5 minutes, I twist my ankle.
Ooh.
The next day,
My dog died.
the next, no.
If that wasn't a few moments later.
The next day, I had to run a marathon
Oh.
with my messed up ankle.
Oh.
So I ran it. It was just terrible. I don't know how I finished it. I had a cell phone, and I like to put it like in between my shorts. Basically like on my hip.
Right.
And I guess sweat is not good for a cell phone. My phone was so hot, it felt like it was gonna explode. I had to take the battery out. I had no way of calling nobody.
It's a Samsung.
I was it might have been. I was stuck in the middle of downtown, thousands of people, and too shy to ask anybody to let me borrow a cell phone. So I went home by myself. So I was walking it. I could barely walk from the marathon. I had like this foil, because they give you like a foil cape.
Oh, right.
And so I was walking like dragging my foot. I kind of looked like a homeless. Like, you know how they walk? They're like
Just dragging.
Yeah. This cop stops me.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going home.
Limping.
And then he's like, you look suspicious. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I was supposed to, get a ride because I ran the marathon. And he's like, oh, you ran the marathon? Yeah. And I think the only reason he believed me is because I had the medal. And then he's like, oh yeah, my brother ran the marathon too. Good job. You want me to give you a ride? And that's finally when my luck started turning.
Yes. There it is.
And then he was like, where do you live? Oh, I don't know my address.
And there's the most frank thing I was waiting for. There it is.
There it goes.
So I get home, and then my family's like, "Where were you?" I'm like, "Oh my, you guys were supposed to pick me up." And yeah, they didn't even care. My family was like,
Were we
"Oh."
supposed to do something?
Was that today?
Did we have a kid?
So yeah, that's
Oh my goodness.
one.
And that's my Memorial Summer that I will always remember.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah.
one-
Good
No,
times,
memorable
good
one.
times.
One crazy.
Definitely memorable. That is true. Memorable.
And seeing that,
Happy?
that-
No.
Yeah, that's true. We did say
And-
memorable. Didn't
and
really
it's
say
me
memorable. Not
saying-
happy summer memories.
And here's me
memorable.
saving on anime stuff, and that can't be Frank.
And there it is.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, that was fun.
All right, so that wraps up episode 16 of Taco Otaku. Bit different today. Showed a lot of love for Final Fantasy 16.
A lot of love. Lots and lots of love.
Some Honkai Star Rail info.
Gotta
Mario
gamble.
Kart with Richard.
Love it.
Gonna call it Richard Kart soon.
And Ray, told us that we basically don't need a Switch 2.
It's fine.
All I know is that everyone keep a score. How many times did Frank say positive of Final Fantasy 16?
So many
Keep score.
times. So many times.
Check the notes below.
I'm gonna say 2.
1.5. I think 2's pushing it.
You guys get a lot there, Frank. You guys get a lot.
I'm glad Ray has got back into the Fire Emblem horse.
Giddy up.
Yeah. Stay tuned for next time. I have no idea what we're gonna do, but we'll do something.
Hopefully just as good as this episode.
And then that wraps it up. Taco. I think I said it already.
All right.
How do you usually wrap it up? I don't remember.
Saying goodbye?
Oh, goodbye, everybody.
How do you say goodbye? Goodbye.
Good high, damn it.
Damn it!
All right. Miles, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Richard.
So that's what that Beatles song is about. Now it makes sense.
Hello.
Not that one.
Oh, my bad.
Help! No, damn it!
I need someone.
Yellow Submarine? What's going on?
Just keep going. Keep going, Frank. Just keep.
Ray, say goodbye properly.
Bye properly.
All right, then. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.